Good evening, everybody. Soft start. The most chilled out version of Santa Claus is coming to town anyone's ever heard. Like, ever. Lovely to have you all here. I feel like I'm whispering. I don't know why. I feel the need to whisper just now. But that's what I'm doing. Which button turns my webcam off? That one. Oh, do you know what would help? If I actually turned the camera on. That would help a lot, wouldn't it? There we go. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to you all. Lovely to have you all here for the fourth day of Quizmas. I hope you enjoyed the chilled out Christmas jazz to start us all off this evening. Congratulations to Spokes there on winning Word Chain Royale. It's had a little bit of tweaking, so now a game does last around 10 minutes because the countdown actually works on each iteration, and you only start with 10 seconds, which I think cuts down the time to what a warm-up game should be. But good evening to you all. Lovely to have you here. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. It's been a particularly busy weekend, actually. Who's up there? It's Matt the Ref, subscribing at tier 2, 16 months. Matt, thank you so much for the generosity and the support. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I haven't done a good evening, good evening, good evening tonight. It feels like maybe I should do it now. Good evening, 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 and welcome. There you go, Matt. Just for you. Thank you for the support, mate. Lovely to have you. So, it is Saturday, the 5th of December. And it is the fourth day of Quizmas. You have been treated so far to The Purge on Tuesday with me, and then you were wiped out with Asher Bash on Wednesday, and then winning lines with Asher Bash last night. And it's my turn back in the chair for the fourth day of Quizmas, which is actually the 5th of the month, which is slightly confusing at the moment because it's only a day out, but as the month progresses, it'll become, I think Ash mentioned this last night as well, it'll hopefully start to become a little bit clearer as to what is going on. Well, it is fantastic to have you all here, and I do hope you're having a wonderful weekend. 66 of you in the chat, which is wonderful, and it looks like I've got 50 active chatters who I'm going to say hello to right now. Good evening to Procyon, the Lupine One, Dogfish, Ardenfet, Holgamate, Aspie, Cetra, Connor, Clive, Milk-like Substance, DJ, Apodo Nuevo, Amy, Lingo Maniac, Brig Bother, Theory of Game, G. Eisens, Cola, now cut that out, Spokes, Keshi Head, Carver 7th, Kegler Coach, David Bodycombe, Drahuska, DC Simmons, Puzzle Dan, The Naked Grandma, Topper One Gaming, 8 Minky, Ash the Bash, Matt the Ref, Score Count, Mark, ABME, AJ, Pokernuts, Innis, SpongeBot, TJ, We Like Shapes, Gruffer Carlo, SW Yellowtail, Pum and Ben, Silent Marine, Time Strike, Amy G, Paulista, Itzotli, Itogi, Vitrudel, and anyone else who is just lingering and lurking in the chat. You're more than welcome to continue lingering and lurking. It is wonderful to have you here. Thank you for joining me on the fourth day of Quizmas. I think it's got off to a positive start so far. It's quite exciting. It sort of saves me doing an announcement on the day of the stream, because all I'd be doing an announcement of is it's the fourth day of Quizmas tonight, and I'm not going to tell you what we're playing, but come along anyway. That looks like most people seem to have it on their calendars, or have got into the habit of coming down on a Saturday night, and hopefully the app here did help people. If you're not in the Discord, you can go and join it right there. Do pop yourself along. It'd be lovely if you wanted to come and hang out with us, or possibly write some questions for stuff, which we may see a little bit of later on tonight. And thank you very much for that 6-month subscription from Party of Me there. Thank you very much. And to DC Simmons for that raid earlier on. Wonderful of you to support. And Milk-like Substance there with a 3-month Prime subscription as well. What's the good word? Kappa. Thank you to you all for your continued support and for continuing to turn in week out. It's lovely to do these things, and I hope you are having a good weekend. Saturday nights are all right for showing we're bright. Possibly, Matt. Well, what do we think? What's going to be behind door number the 5th, which is the 4th, but it's actually the 5th? Get your answers, get your thoughts into the chat. What do we think is going to be behind that door? It's a quiz. The Purge again for a swerve. Surprise premiere of something else. Strictly Come Dancing, Antiques Roadshow, Chocolate. Saturday nights, we're in the spot. Countdown, maybe a countdown. Ash says it's redacted. Matt says he's calling DangerZone 2. Blockbusters, just a minute. DangerZone, countdown of red herrings, roll it in. 1 vs 100. 1 vs 100 is Ash's mark. Wheel of Fortune, take on the Twisters, Millionaire. I think it's going to be a typical Tuesday game. Nintendo 64, Google that maybe. Beat the Star. Naked Jungle with Keith Chegwood's Naked Jungle. Yeah, that's not going to be a thing. Family Fortunes, Danger Zone 1 for a throwback. Only Connect. Hello, Mappy. Welcome to the stream. Only Connect. Deal or No Deal. The Bank Job. Escape Artist. Yeah, again, Only Connect is also Ash. Lots of thoughts coming in here as to what it could be. Is it one of the above? All I'll say is maybe, AJ. All clued up but game. Well, lots of very interesting thoughts. I'm going to waste no further time, and I am going to let you all know what we are going to be playing tonight. And there is a prize attached to this game. So, if you're ready, let's open door number 4, which is actually the 5th, but is also a 4. On the 4th day of Quizmas, Royal Flush gave to you. It is Danger Zone 2. Well done if you guessed Danger Zone 2. Danger Zone 2 is what we are going to be playing tonight. Another special festive edition of Danger Zone 2, which I do hope you'll enjoy. This is a good game for having lots of people. And say we've got 70 people in the chat tonight. And this can hold, theoretically, an infinite number of players. So I'll be curious to see if you break it with the number of people we have. But yes, Danger Zone 2 is going to be our first game this evening. And look at that, we're a third of the way through our calendar already. Although we are having a bit of a blitz this week. Ash and I are both doing 2 Quizmas streams. Next week, Ash is just doing the 1 because there's Golden Mind on Friday. I'm doing the 2, but the week after that, Ash is doing 2 and I'm doing the 1. And then in the week of Christmas, we're just doing the 1 each, which is how we get to the 12. So looks like we're a third of the way there. We're not quite in terms of days, but hopefully it's been a nice start to your Christmas season. So Danger Zone 2 is the game that is going to be on the cards this evening. Which overlay should I go back to? This is separate webcam, so I can probably just stay on this one. But I'm just going to go to yes, Matt. That is why I set up in the Discord Canary in the chat. So if you want to come and statbot for us, Matt, that would be wonderful, and you would be most welcome to come and do that. Should be all set up and ready to go. So I'll leave the advent calendar there. Which one is Danger Zone? That one. Let's just maximise this build. I'm going to leave that. In fact, I can close the calendar. I can always reload it later on, can't I? Let me bring up Danger Zone, and I'm going to hide my camera a minute. Oh, no, not that one. That one. So I'm going to play the sting, and then we're going to play Danger Zone 2. Yeah, so welcome to Danger Zone 2. Quick overview of the rules. Depending how many people there are will determine how many people are going out in any given round. But quick overview, there are 5 rounds, each with 5 questions in them. It's all multiple choice, so you've got to whisper A, B, C or D, either to the bot or to the public chat once you are in the game. You get points for answering correctly and quickly. So the faster you answer, the more points you get. There's a couple of helps along the way. You can nerf a question, which will give you an arithmetic average of the number of players in the game as points. Or you can multiply at the start of the round, which will give you double points for the whole round. You can only use each of them once. If at the end of the round you are in the danger zone, that is the lowest quartile of players, or lowest percentile of players, it's not necessarily in quarters, then you are eliminated and you go over to the boneyard on the right hand side, where you can continue to play, but it will only be for total number of questions rather than official danger zone points. That's the thrust of the game. So if you want to come and play Danger Zone 2 tonight, oh, and before we do, prize tonight, it's another cash game this evening, and there will be one winner and one winner only. And if you are the champion of Danger Zone 2 this evening, you will win £15 PayPal from me. So that is prize on the line. So do your best, because cash monies as prizes. So at 1,500 pence, the score count is saying via PayPal. If you win and you haven't got a PayPal account, or for whatever reason you don't want to share your PayPal details with me, that can be subbed out for an equivalent something else, so maybe like an Amazon voucher or a Steam voucher or something. I think most people have PayPal in this day and age. So yeah, so if you win, that is the prize that is on the line. Right, let's get this game underway. If you want to play Danger Zone, PUGS is the code you will need. Always nice when it works first time. Good lord. We're gonna lose people. We're losing them, Captain. This might be the first time I've actually got to use the scroller. Goodness me, 46. Not wasting any time at all coming into the game. Hopefully the logic is sound and will allow for this many people. There's no reason whatsoever that it shouldn't. My goodness, look at all these names. 49. 49. We have never seen this many people in Danger Zone ever. This is the 49ers, absolutely. A day too late for the 49ers. That was yesterday. But hey, if the boot fits, I wonder if we could get it up to 50. This is going to be a brutal game because it means we're going to be losing at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god, 10 players per round, which is pretty bonkers. Pretty bonkers, to be honest. But wow, 51. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in and yeah. I'm lost for words. This many people. I never thought I'd get this many people into Danger Zone, but here we go. You know what? Just for a wheeze, I was looking back through some older streams from earlier in the year, and I watched Danger Zone back, and I think it was back in March. It was just after I'd done Messiah, and we got 16 people in, and at the time I considered that to be a busy night, so it's slightly blowing my mind that it's almost 4 times as many people come to play. So thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope you do enjoy what we do here. So at the end of each round, if there is a tie in the Danger Zone, we will go to a tiebreaker question. I've only got 5, I think, tiebreaker questions in here, which is perhaps a small oversight on my part. I should maybe put some more in. Hopefully we won't need too many. And that hopefully won't be a problem. There is a time machine built into this game, so if we have any internet malfunctions, it should be able to just restore it to exactly the position it was in from the previous question. So obviously I won't know there's been an error until necessarily either my router flashes at me or I start a question and no one answers, in which case that will be a sign for me to press the time machine button, which is good. 52 of you. So, just a reminder of how this works. 5 rounds, 5 questions. The faster you answer, the more points you get if you answer correctly. And it's A, B, C, or D, just the letter. With so many people think ties might be unlikely, I think the only likely way of getting a tie here, Brig, is possibly if lots of people get lots of questions wrong. So I'm thinking maybe in the earlier rounds we may have a couple of ties, but we'll see. So being first with these 52 players nets you 52 points on the first round. It really does, yeah. Highest score in round 1. It really could be, Ash. Really has got the potential to do that. So, at the start of the first round, the category will show on the board. If you'd like to use your multiplier, you need to whisper or type into public chat M or 3 exclamation marks to multiply, and this will double all the points you get for the round. Of course, if you get 0, double 0 is still 0. So, think about where you want to use it, because you can only use it once. If you get eliminated, you can't use it again. And remember, you can't use any lives in the final round, round 5. At any point, you may nerf a question. That's N for nerf. And if you do that, you will be given exactly, at the moment, 26 points. Points equal to exactly half of how many people are in the game. Obviously, that's going to go down from round to round as we lose people. But yes, that's what you'll get. And if you're playing a multiplier and you nerf, you don't get your nerf doubled. It's a flat, fixed rate of half the number of people. If there's an odd number of people in the game, then it is rounded down. So yeah, if you're playing your multiplier on this first round, you could potentially get 1,040 points, which is pretty bonkers. Along the way, I will be giving you some information. The objective of the game, as always, is to stay out of the danger zone, because in the final round, all those appearances in the danger zone can add up to disaster later on, because the start of round 5 is a little bit different. I was going to say you're going to be working very hard as StatBot. So look forward to this, Matt. All of the... what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. No. Yes. Top 3 players at the end of the round will get a boost going into the next round, and this is a a boost based on the number of players in the game. It's just a little boost at the start of the next round. Everyone else's points who survives but doesn't finish in the top 3, their scores will reset to 0. A few more seconds if you want to join. Welcome, How Tattoo. Lovely to have you here. Do come and join the lobby if you'd like to play. Got a few more seconds. It's PuzGS if you want to come and join. Danger Zone size is currently 11, which is scary. Means we're going to be losing at least 11 people every round. Thoughts and prayers for the stat man, very much so. So, given we've got so many people, I'm going to read through the names, and when I finish reading them, then that will be our cue to start. So, if you don't hear your name, you need to make sure you hit the code in quick. There's a new player just joined. There's How Tattoo at the bottom. So we've got ABME, Clive of Legend, the Lupine One, Innis, Connor, Milk Like Substance, Holger Mate, Keshi Head, Carver 7th, Apodo Nuevo, Topper 1 Gaming, Dogfish 44, Yellowtail, Anasep, Now Cut That Out, Arden Fets, Matt the Ref, Spokes, DJ 87, Amy, G Eisens, Mark, Silent Marine, We Like Shapes, The Real Dev, Pokenuts, Brig Bother, AJ, Theory of Game, Prostionics, Joey Gatorman, Pum and Ben, Puzzle Dan, Kegler Coach, Mogra, DC Simmons, Serial Quizzer, Itogi, Samster, Paulister, Cola, It's Otley, The Naked Grandma, Amy G, Cetra, Time Strike, Gruffer Carlo, 8 Minky, Spongebot, Drahuska, Score Count, Party of Me, How Tattoo, and Troy Harris NH. My goodness gracious me. Welcome, Troy. Lovely to have you here. Welcome to the stream. And any of the names I've missed, people turning up after I've done all the names. We got Amy G, Paulister, It's Otley, Itogi, Vitrudo, Drude, Tom, Mappy, thank you for the follow, Troy Harris, Mappy, Joey Gator, Serial Quiz, The Real Dev, Anasep, Mogra, Samster, Party of Me, How Tattoo, and Troy Harris. Welcome to you all. So for this game, you can type your answers either to public chat or to Persephone's Twitch bot. It's only the letter you need, A, B, C, or D. The first question you need to answer is whether you're going to play your multiplier in the first round. That's M to multiply. Then when we get into the round, if you don't know it, it's N to nerf. You only get one each of those throughout. So I'm going to lock up the lobby and we're going to find out how scary this is going to be. Good luck. Let's lock you in. I'll count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. The lobby has been locked and 54 players have entered the arena. The standard Danger Zone size is 12. That is terrifying. A 12-person Danger Zone. And because you've got a multiple of 6 plus 4, multiple of 6 plus 4. No. How does it work? No, because it's just a multiple. I don't know. The code works, but because of the number of people that we've got, we don't need to change the Danger Zone size. So it will be 12 players per round. So after the first round, it will go down to 42. It'll then go down to 30. It will then go down to 18, which leaves us with a 6-person final. 6 mod 12. Thank you, Procyon. It's slightly weird, the logic behind this, because I changed it. Originally, the final could have been any number of players. Now it's always 6, but it does mean that some of the early rounds of Danger Zone can be a little bit smaller. So, 54 players. It's going to be scary. And that Danger Zone size, of course, it can change as well, because if like 50 people get this one wrong, then the Danger Zone of like, 50 people and only 4 people out of it. Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more. Quite right. So 3 exclamation marks or M to multiply into the chat or to the bot if you would like to play a multiplier on this first round. £15 up for grabs if you do win this evening. And the first round tonight is Christmas leftovers. Keep your eye on the chat, because when the question is in the chat, the question is live. Paulison set a multiplier. Anyone else? A few more coming in. Cola has. Cetra has. And Itogi. Just the 4 multipliers being played on this one. Itogi, Paulister, Cola, and Cetra. 4 multipliers. So you guys will all get double points in this first round. So, let me explain this round, because it's not necessarily as obvious as it might appear. No spoilers in the chat, because there's a question based on it. You may recall, on Tuesday, we played the Christmas Purge. Quizmas Purge. Now, we didn't quite get through all the first questions. I had some questions left over. Not going to tell you how many, and no one say, because it is a question. In fact, it's the first question that comes up. So just spoilers to get you ahead of the game. We had some questions left over, and I didn't want to waste those questions, and since I already had the multiple choices, I put them into this game. So, I'm not telling you how many, because that is the first question of this game, how many questions were left over. So you can have a think now, because I'm not going to lie, because I've fixed the order. So the first question is how many questions were left over, and we'll go from there. So, there are 4 multipliers active. Remember, N to nerf if you want to burn the question, get rid of it, and take a flat rate of 27 points is what it will be in this round. Faster you answer, the more points you get. So the first to answer correctly will get 54 points, next will get 53, next will get 52, and so on. Good luck to you all. Round 1 is Christmas leftovers. Let's play Danger Zone. Eyes on the chat when the question's in the chat. The question is live. A, B, C, or D, or N if you want to nerf it. Here's question 1. How many standard questions went unused during the first day of Quizmas' game, The Purge? A4, B3, C2, or D5? I've got so many players, I've killed the one-shot. Silent Marine and Grufficalo. Silent Marine did just get an answer in. Grufficalo did not. Thank you very much for the host there, Toshi. Goodness me, not many people getting this one right. Let's just take a look at who did get it right and fastest. DJ was first and fastest there. Procyon second, Keshi third, DC Simmons fourth, Samster fifth. A few nerfs being used early on. Troy, SpongeBob, Cola, Kegler, Pokenuts, and Clive of Legend all nerfed that question. Only a couple of other people getting that right. This is going to be a big-ass danger zone. A very big-ass danger zone. So... Happy Quizmas, yes. Callbacks to the other ones. We're going to no, they're not all like that. I think that's pretty much the only one that's like that. The next question I think is a bit friendlier. So only a handful of people getting that one right. Massive score of 54 to DJ. The correct answer was in fact B3. There were 3 questions left over. That does mean I am using those 3 questions in this round, but there is one extra question, which is the next one, to fill that gap. So we've got a danger zone size of a lot. 41, I think. 13 people clear. DJ in the lead at the moment with 54. Procyon 53. Keshi 52. That's the top. But a lot can change in this game. We can only lose 12. Only 12. We will only lose 12 people from this round. And if we have to go to tie breaks, then that is what we'll do. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Here comes question number 2. Okay, question 2. Today is the 4th day of Quizmas. In the traditional song, what did my true love send to me on this day? A, French hens, B, calling birds, C, turtle doves, or D, gold rings? So many people answering that the one shot is actually stopping. Not a trick question there. Most of us getting that one right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people not giving a correct answer. Who was fastest? Carver 7th, followed by DJ again. The real Dev was 3rd. Now cut that out was 4th. Pokenuts in 5th. Well done if you got that nice simple one. The correct answer was B, calling birds. 4 calling birds, or collie birds if you prefer. Have we got a real danger in size? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have. That is a real danger zone. That is the number of people we are going to lose at the end of this round. So at the moment, Time Strike, Puzzle Dan, Naked Grandma, Amy G, How Tattoo, Brig Bother, AJ, Paulister, Grufficalo, Holger Mate, Serial Quizzer, and ABNE, you are all in that danger zone. But all of that could change because there are huge points available, so the swings in this round are going to be enormous. Quite a few people have used their nerf already, and we have got our eyes on those people with their multipliers on, particularly Paulister, who's currently in the danger zone. Let's keep an eye on that. Right, so now we are actually into the official Christmas leftovers. These 3 questions were not used in the Purge on Tuesday. Starting with this one. Here's number 3. A, B, C, D, or N to nerf it. Russian composer Mykola Leontovich wrote which popular piece of Christmas music? A, O Holy Night, B, The Little Road to Bethlehem, C, Gaudete, or D, Carol of the Bells? Most people getting this one right. There's a lot of green going on there. Did they nerf it, or did they know it? A few nerfs getting play there. Holger Mate has used a nerf. G. Eisens, Matt the Ref has used a nerf. Topper One Gaming has used a nerf as well. DJ, the first and fastest again. It's going to be huge points here for DJ. Party of Me was 2nd. Anisep was 3rd there. Dogfish 4th, and Spokes was 5th. Quite a few other people getting it right. Lots of green there. Lots of points going out. Very well played if you got the correct answer, which was D, Carol of the Bells. Ding, 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 ding. Mykola Leontovich. Might already have eliminations, Matt is saying. I'm going to bring Matt in after question 4 to give us some stats. I'm going to say, Matt, because there's so many people, it might take a little while to sort of give everything in huge detail. So try and come up with a nice, concise summary ready for when we bring you into the chat in a minute. Keep it, otherwise we'll be here all day trying to unpick everything. DJ very much in the lead with 161. Samster in second, 125. Ben is in third with 122. Down in the danger zone, there is not much of a gap between Itsotley and Drahuska, so that can change very, very quickly. Itsotley on 31 and safe, but Drahuska in the danger zone on 28. Kegler Coach and Holgamate both on 27. We've also got Score Count, Time Strike, Naked Grandma and Amy, who've got Point Spitter in the danger zone. Brig, AJ, Paulista, Gruff Carlo and ABME yet to score. 2 more questions in this round and then we will lose 12 of you. Fingers on buzzers. Here's question number 4. Thank you, Matt. That'd be great. Okay, question 4. A dog is for life, not just for Christmas, is the official slogan of which animal charity? A, the RSPCA, B, Dogs Trust, C, Batsy Dogs Home, or D, the Kennel Club? Cetra just sneaking an answer in time. I think that's the first one where everyone has answered, but not everyone has got it right. Only a handful, in fact, have gotten it right. Who was fastest? DJ was correct, but not the fastest. Amy G in the danger zone was fastest. That is going to be massively helpful, especially with so many people getting it wrong. Amy G, you may find yourself flying up the leaderboard a bit. Spokes was second, Lupine was third, SpongeBot was fourth, and Score Count was 5th. Drahuska choosing to nerf this question for a guaranteed safety of 27 points, as did Amy, and a few other people getting it right, but the majority there getting that one wrong. The correct answer was B, Dogs Trust. DJ shoots up to 208, still in the lead, but now being closed down by Cola with that multiplier on 191. Lupine in third on 137. Down in the danger zone, see if you can see yourself. I'll move it down as little as possible. There we go, so you can hopefully try and find yourself. Down in the danger zone, Apodo Nuevo. This feels quite strange to say this. In the danger zone with 46. That's been a round-winning score on round 1 in the past, but at the moment, Apodo Nuevo 46, and you are in the danger zone. Connor, you are in the danger zone with 38, Cetra 32, Kegler 27, Holger 27, Time Strike 15, Nekka Grandma 13, Grafficalo Brig, AJ, Porter, ABNE yet to score. Down in the danger zone. If you're still in the danger zone after this question, then you will be eliminated. 12 of you will be going from the game. It is very tight around these gaps here, and people up quite far will probably still have to worry because of the amount of points that are available. Let's bring Matt the ref in to see if Matt has got something to shine some analysis onto this. Matt, good evening.
Good evening, Ben. How are you?
Very well indeed, sir. Lovely to have you here. Can you give us some more analysis of this board?
I can indeed. Well, the key bit is we haven't got anyone eliminated as yet.
Okay.
With 54 points left to play for, even ABME, Paulista, and AJN Briggs could still get above the red dotted line there. In terms of the players that are safe, so again with the 54 points left to play for, it's anyone who has 100 or more that is safe. So the top 13 there are safe. So yeah, real dev upwards, nice and safe. There are 2 players in the danger zone who have multipliers active, so that could be of use to them. Cetra and Paulista there with multipliers. Cetra could really kick on from here with 108 points potential there if they can get it right and fastest. Now let's see what's happened for question number 5.
Thank you very much, Matt. So Cetra with the potential to jump up to 140 points here and right into 3rd place, theoretically. This game is all about theoretics and theories and what could potentially happen. But as Matt said, 13 and upwards, it looks like you are guaranteed safe, but no one is yet guaranteed eliminated, so it is still anyone's game. Let's just have a look. No, not that button. I've already pressed that button. If you've used your nerf, you've got a little red cross in this column. If you haven't, you're green. And yes, bearing in mind those multiplier players down here. One more question in this round. A, B, C, or D. Good luck. Here it is. N to nerf. Which of these actors has not been credited as playing Santa Claus or Kris Kringle? A, Tim Allen. B, Lord Richard Attenborough. C, Kurt Russell. Or D, Sir Ian McKellen? Most people getting this, maybe about half people getting this one right. The general rule is if you're in the danger zone and you get a question wrong, that is it. There is no way back from there. If you are in the danger zone and get it right, then it depends how people above you did. So that means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places from down in the danger zone here in contention, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players above potentially have to be worried, potentially up as high as Amy. We don't know what the tying scores were there. Let's just have a look and see who was fastest for this. Procyon was the fastest. Real Dev was second. DJ was third. This is going to be a huge score for DJ at the end of this round. Party of Me in fourth. Now cut that out in fifth. A few nerfs being used on that question. Naked Grandma using a nerf in a hope, presumably to get themselves out of the danger zone. Cetra, Connor, Apodo, We Like Shapes, and Mogra, all quite near the bottom, all using nerfs, presumably as a plea for safety. Togi curiously using the nerf despite being guaranteed safe there, presumably just wants some points to try and get up into the top echelons for a boost. Let's have a look at what the correct answer is and what that is going to do down in the danger zone. The correct answer was D, Sir Ian McKellen. The only one who's not been credited as Santa. Kurt Russell was in a film with Ed Asner, I think Meg said. Meg sourced this question for me, and so I can't remember the stuff. McKellen has been Scrooge, yes, and he's been, I believe he's been Sherlock Holmes as well, but never been credited as Santa. Tim Allen, obviously, in Santa Claus, I think, and the other one, Lord Richard Attenborough, obviously, in Miracle on 34th Street. So it looks like we don't actually have a tie. We've got a clear danger zone result, which we'll go and look at in just a moment. But first of all, Cola takes the lead thanks to no small parts of that multiplier. It finishes in first with 279 points. I can't tell you exactly how many points you'll start the next round with. Chris Kringle is the name Santa Claus has, his given name, if you like, rather than Father Christmas. DJ finishes in second, 260. Inisk in third with 173. Congratulations to you three. You'll get a boost. You'll see what it is when we start the next round. I can't tell you now. It works out as basically after the players are eliminated, the leader gets half, the second gets a third, and third place gets a quarter of the number of players left. It's a weird, slightly strange calculation, but it does mean that they are evenly spaced and valuable going into the next round rather than just being 3, 2 or 1. So, everyone else who is safe, that includes Samster, Pum and Ben, the real Dev now, cut that out, Party Mia, Togi, Carver 7th, Procyon, Lupine Spokes, SpongeBob, It's Otley, Dogfish, Ardenfett, Silent Marine, G. Isons, Joey Gateman, Keshi Head, Theory of Game, Anasep, Amy, Howter2, DC Simmons, Serial Quizzer, Mogra, Pokenuts, 8 Minky, We Like Shapes, Troy Harris, Apodo Nuevo, Top 1 Gaming, Clive a Legend, Mark, Score Count, Connor, Amy G, Milk Like Substance, Matt the Ref, and by a single solitary point, Cetra on 59. Congratulations, you're all safely through to round 2. Your scores will reset to 0, but we will see you there. However, Puzzle Dan just missing out by a point. You are in the danger zone with 58, along with Drahuska, Gruffacarlo, Yellowtail, Naked Grandma, Kegler Coach, Holger Mate, Time Strike, Paulister, Brig Bother, AJ, and ABME. Let's just have a look at some further statistics here. Quite a lot of the people in the danger zone did indeed have 5 danger zone appearances. Yellowtail with only 2, which is always a bit of a shame when we see that. Only a couple of danger zone appearances, but all it takes is 1 if you're in there at the end of the question. Up at the other end, let's just see, is there anyone who has survived with lots? Amy G is probably doing the best, had the most danger zone appearances of the surviving players with 3, but managing to survive it on the last question. DJ, it looks like DJ is the only player to get all the questions right, the only one with 5 out of 5. A couple of 4s in there, lots and lots of 3s, but DJ, the only one with no danger zone appearances and getting all the questions right so far. All of that could change moving forward, which we will do in just a second. However, for now, Puzzle Dan, Drahuska, Gruffacarlo, thank you very much for the host, Pantsless Wookie. Welcome to the stream. Puzzle Dan, Drahuska, Gruffacarlo, Yellowtail, the Naked Grandma, Kegler Coach, Holger Mate, Time Strike, Paulister, Brig Bother, AJ, and ABME. It is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. And you go over to the boneyard there. You may continue playing the game over there. The bot will still accept your answers, except you'll only be playing for, as you can see, the total number of questions correct. So do stick around and all will be well. So over on the other side, those are your positions, and we're going to go towards round 2 now. So remember, if you want to multiply at the start of round 2, if you've got your multiplier left, that means you've got a little orange diamond. If you've got a red cross, it means you have used your multiplier. That's in this column here. If you want to use your multiplier, it's 3 exclamation marks or M for multiply, either to public chat or into the Whisper bot. You'll get the category, you get 15 seconds to make up your mind. And the category for round 2, and remember when it's live in chat, it is live for me, so make sure you get your answer in before the bot says time is up. Round 2 is, it's not all about Christmas. A couple of early multipliers being played here. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 people choosing to use their multipliers on this question. Cola has got 21 points, DJ's got 14, Innes has got 10. You see what I mean about them being weighted. They're not exactly evenly spread, but it's approximate and it's a relative bonus. So DangerZone sides is still 12, which means at the end of this round, 42 will become 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 multipliers being played in this round. It's not all about Christmas, so this is to do with other festivals and other things that happen around this time of year that aren't necessarily to do with the Christian religion of Christmas. It's a good round this, there's some good questions in this. I hope you enjoy it. As ever, keep your eyes on the chat. A, B, C or D or N to nerf if you have still got it. Good luck. Round 2, it's not all about Christmas. Let's play DangerZone. To profit off your former Jewishness, Procyon. Well, I wish you luck. Question number 1. Which Jewish festival is usually celebrated in December and is also known as the Festival of Lights? A. Yom Kippur, B. Tu B'Shavat, C. Sukkot or D. Hanukkah? Tu B'Shavat, I think is the pronunciation of that. Apologies for butchering that. Score count, the only player in the main game not to get an answer in. Most people in the Boneyard giving an answer as well. Only 3 people getting this one wrong. Score count who didn't get an answer. Pokernuts and now cut that out. Did they nerf or did they just know it? No, nobody nerfing there. Procyon was fastest. Your former Jewishness really helping out. Thank you for the lovely pronunciations. As a had a run-in recently with something about pronunciations, but we'll get to that. Spokes getting the answer in second, Clive third, Party of Me fourth, 8 Minky fifth. And as you can see, there are fewer points now available for you because there are fewer people in the game, but those multipliers really paying off. Milk Like Substance 66, Matt the Ref 64. It's going to be some big points here. Correct answer was Hanukkah, the Hanukkah. And we have got a regular danger zone of 12 because there's so much disparity and so many people got that one right. Milk Like Substance at the top with 66, Matt's in second with 64, DJ in third with 51. Thanks in no small part to that boost. How to 2, DC, Simmons, SpongeBob, Ardenfetz, Lupine, Cetra, Itogi, Samsa, Troy. Now cut that out, Pokernuts, score count. You're all in the danger zone, but all of that could change. Got 4 more questions to have a look at, starting with this one, question 2. SpongeBob, hey, I knew I should have multiplied. Too late for that now, you're going to have to fight your way out of it. Question 2. Which pagan winter festival also lends its name to a Christmas dessert? A. Yule, B. Hogswatch, C. Solstice, D. Malk? Again, most people getting this answer correct. Just the one nerf there from How to 2, deciding to nerf that question and getting a flat rate of 21 points. Score count was fastest. The bottom player at the moment, right at the very bottom, but getting that one right first, that is going to make a big difference to the scores, which you can't see at the moment. Party of Me second, SpongeBob third, Real Dev fourth, and Anosep fifth. Though again, a few people with multipliers, a 52 and a 56 here, 26, 24, 18. So big points being given out both ways. Well done if you got this. It was the majority of you. The answer is Yule, and it's a Yule log. We had one for dinner for pudding tonight. Yule log and cream. Yes, Yule, where we get the log from, and also Yule Brinner. And you'll be going home in an ambulance. And you lovely you are. Yes, I'm channeling my inner QI here. QI jokes from an early series of Christmas QI. I will not stop that. Where we get the log from. It's quite tight around the danger zone line at the moment. Mark and Samster 36 and 35 are just safe, just a couple of points ahead of How to 2 on 34 and Theory a Game on 33, Arnfetz on 32, Margaret on 30. So it's all very close at the top and could still go any which way, especially as a lot of these players have still got nerfs, so they can get themselves a guaranteed 21 points if they like. Pokernuts have now cut that out, perhaps with a little bit more work to do down at the bottom. Up at the other end, We Like Substance, I beg your pardon, is in the lead with 118. We Like Shape second with 102. Party Me third with 80. I think those top two are going to be helped along by those multipliers there, but this game could still go any way. We've got some multipliers in the middle and a couple of people in the danger zone with multipliers, so eyes open for them. On we go. Fingers on buzzer, gang. Here is question number 3. An ancient Roman festival usually held on the 17th of December honours which god? A. Mars, B. Jupiter, C. Saturn, D. Venus. Most of you getting this one right. Party of me, you're spot on the money there. Saturnalia is the answer. I thought this was a bit trickier, but maybe I'm not giving you enough credit. Milk Like Substance getting this one wrong at the top. Who was fastest? Itogi down in the Danger Zone getting the fastest answer to this one correct. Innis was second, Spokes was third, Samster fourth, 8 Minky was fifth. Quite a few nerfs being played here. Oh, excuse me. Lupine, Arden Fetz, Joey Gaten. 3 nerfs being played, getting a safe guarantee 21 points. Yeah, as has been pointed out here, the correct answer was C, Saturn. It's the Saturnalia festival, and yeah, 17th of December, ancient Roman festival. Look how tight it is around that Danger Zone line. Underneath Joey Gateman, not so much, but Joey Gateman, top of the Danger Zone with 61. But just look above that. Itogi, 62. Itzotley, 63. Matt the Ref, 64. Mark, 67. Mogra, 68. There's a lot of very, very close players there, and with 42 or potentially 84 points available per question. Interesting, nobody with a multiplier is currently in the Danger Zone, but only 3 people in the Danger Zone have got their nerfs left. Up at the other end, We Like Shapes is way out in front with 174. Milk Like Substance in second, 118. Just a point ahead of Innis in third on 117. Still anybody's game. I'll bring StatBot in at the end of the next question, question 4, to give us a readout of what we can make going into the final question. And just so everyone is aware, I'm less concerned about it because, like I say, this game has a time machine, but it is coming up to that time where my internet likes to do funny things. Between about 8:45 and 9 o'clock, I'm always slightly on edge. So if the internet does go, I don't want to jinx it. In fact, I think addressing the issue is probably less of a jinx than actually just hoping it doesn't happen. So if my internet goes, it'll be a temporary down for about 3 minutes, and then I'll be back and I'll be able to put everything back to how it was. So if that happens, just sit tight and I'll be right back. Fingers crossed it won't, but just in case. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Let's go on to the next question. Question number 4. Take a look at this. It's a bit like that, Brig. Yeah. Question 4. In 1997, what name did Birmingham City Council give to a series of events held to attract people to the city centre? A. Winterval, B. Festimus, C. Snow Patrol, D. Yule Party. Again, most people getting this one right here, it would seem. Itogi fastest, I think, for the second question in a row. Clive a Legend second. Carver 7th was third. Keshi was 4th. We Like Shapes 5th. Going to continue to stretch that lead out. No nerfs needed to be played here. Yeah, so if you've ever read anything in the Daily Mail or similar papers, other newspapers are available. Your experience may differ. But things in the Daily Mail that say, oh, you can't call it Christmas anymore. You have to call it Winterval so that you don't offend ethnic minorities. And actually, that's a load of old bollocks. It was a council initiative to bring people. Yeah, PC gone mad was the other thing. But no, it was just an initiative a campaign to bring people into the city centre. It's nothing to do with curtailing Christmas or not putting up decorations. So if you hear somebody saying, oh, Winterval, you can't have Christmas parties anymore, you have to call it Winterval, it's a load of old nonsense. And the correct answer, as I have just pointed out, was A, Winterval. Just a little bit more of a gap here in the Danger Zone here now. Amy PG is now at the bottom of the safety pile with 83. Theory of Game, Top 1 Gaming 79 and 78 respectively at the top of the Danger Zone. Pokenuts and Troy down at the other end could be in a spot of bother here with only 42 points available. We Like Shape, this may be a new record, 250 at the top of the board, followed by Milk Like Substance on 188 and Innis a whole 100 points behind first place on 150. Those multipliers working very, very hard there. Matt, what's your read of the board? Obviously only 42 points available per question at this point.
Right, so having a look at our Danger Zone dozen. Well, hey.
Hey, very nice.
We have 2 players who are out already. Troy Harrison H and Pokenut unfortunately do not have enough points to get themselves out of the Danger Zone, even if they were correct and fastest, so they're gone, I'm afraid. Score count and now cut that out, and also Lupine. need to obviously get this right, and very, very quickly with the gap there.
And presumably also hope that these guys get them wrong.
They will, yeah. They need the maximum points and hope that there's a mistake from those up. In terms of those who are safe, 79 plus 42, so that's 119, 121 points. So the top 7 are mathematically safe, and I think it's probably, I'm just trying to do the calculations, I think We Like Shapes is definitely going to finish top 3. So we'll have the bonus going into round 3. There is one person in our Danger Zone dozen who has a multiplier. Hello!
Ah, it's you, sir.
So, might have a chance, but let's see what... before we do, actually, Yellowtail in the Boneyard is currently king of the Boneyard at the moment, but will they stay there? Let's find out who's going to be joining them in the Boneyard. Question 5.
Thank you very much, Matt. So, those are the stats. That's the shape of the game. Fingers on buzzers. Last question of the round. Here is question number 5. Pancha Ganapati is a relatively modern festival celebrated in December by members of which religion? A. Buddhism, B. Hinduism, C. Shinto, D. Islam. And again, majority of players getting this one right. Yellowtail maintains that title for now as King of the Boneyard. Let's have a look. Itogi was fastest. 3 questions in a row. Itogi really putting in some mileage here. Very well played. Clive Legend was second. DC Simmons in third. Lupine in fourth. And Keshi was fifth. Number of people in the Danger Zone getting this one right. Not unfortunately our stat bot, even with that multiplier, so that's not going to help them. If you're in the Danger Zone and you're wrong, it does mean you are going out now. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people... Lupine, Ardenfets, etc., How to 2, Top 1 Gaming, and Theory of Game, all getting this one right, including Lupine, who got it right fourth for a relatively big score. However, there are a lot of people above you who also got it right. Spokes and 8 Minky were the only 2 players who were not guaranteed safe to have got this one wrong. So, have Theory of Game, Top 1 Gaming, How to 2, etc., Ardenfets, Lupine, have 2 of those done enough to depose Spokes and 8 Minky from the safety zone? Let's find out. The correct answer was B, Hinduism. And look at this. Spokes has been deposed. 8 Minky has hung on by 5 points. Amy has hung on by 4 points. And into the Danger Zone we have Spokes, Topper 1, Theory of Game. No, we've got a tie. What am I talking about? We've got a tie. There's so many people in the Danger Zone I couldn't tell until I realised it was 30. Oh my god, we've got a tie. That's very exciting. We'll talk about that in a minute. We Like Shapes finishing top with 250. Milk Like Substance second with 236. Serial Quizzer in third with 184. Well done to you 3. You will get a boost going into the next round. Very many congratulations. We will see you there along with G. Isons, Innis, Amy G, Connor, Clive Legend, Keshi Head, Dogfisher, Togi, Cola, Silent Marine Party, Amin, Mogra, Pum and Ben, DJ, Anisette, Procyon, Spongebot, DC Simmons, Mark, Carver 7th, The Real Dev, Joey Gatorman, It's Otley, Samster, 8 Minky, and Amy. Top Theory of Game, How to 2, Cetra, Lupine, Ardenfets, Matt the Ref, Apodo Nuevo, now cut that out, Score Count, Troy Harris, and Poconuts. Sadly, you are at this point eliminated from the game. However, there are 2 names I've missed out there, Spokes and Topper 1 Gaming. You are both tied at the top of the Danger Zone with 105 points. One of you has to go home. One of you will be going through. Well, you'll be shown a tiebreaker question. Only you 2 will be eligible, Spokes and Topper 1 Gaming. Answer as before, ideally to the bot for this one because it's a number question. Whoever gets closer to the numeric answer keeps their score. Whoever is further away loses a point and goes out with the other 11 players. Spokes, Topper 1 Gaming, Fight for Survival starts now. Here's your tiebreaker. 105 points each. One of you will keep that, one of you will drop to 104. Like I said, the answer will be in the form of a number. So you must whisper a number, a whole number. It won't be a decimal, it'll be a whole number. No commas, no periods, no full stops, no spaces, nothing like that. Just whisper the content of the digits of the number to the bot. Whoever is closest gets through. Whoever is further away goes out. I have got on my to-do list a thing where I reveal the tiebreakers one at a time. Haven't done that yet though, so we will get round to that in due course. But for now, Spokes, Top 1 Gaming, the very best of luck to both of you. Here is your tiebreaker question. So yeah, no commas as Yellowtail is pointing out. In the year 1998, how many patents were registered in the United Kingdom? Spokes is in. Topper 1 is in. It may be a repeat question. My tie breaks on this are really poorly optimised, but as far as I know, Spokes and Topper 1 may not have seen this before. I do need to get more on top of my patent questions, but it is entirely possible this is a repeat, so apologies for that. For all the difference it would make, if you're going to remember every single episode and you've got a eidetic memory, then maybe this helps you, but we'll find out. Spokes and Topper 1 Gaming both got an answer in. The correct answer was 43,181, which means Top 1 Gaming, having lost a point there, was further away, and we are going to lose you. Spokes, you survive. I'm not going to read off the list. No, Apodo, I'm not going to read off the list. I really must add the thing where it reveals your answers one at a time. It is already on a list of things for me to do for this game. But yeah, it's a lot of patterns. Doesn't mean they're all any good. But Topper 1 went for 10,000. Presumably Spokes went for slightly more than that. 70,000. Okay, so 70,000, just a little bit closer to 43,000. So, after the excitement of that tiebreaker, and I really must remove that tiebreaker, I just need an entirely better way of inputting tiebreaker questions. But for now, Topper 1 Gaming, Theory of Game, How to 2, Cetra, The Lupine 1, Ardenfets, Matt the Ref, Apodo Nuevo, now cut that out, Score Count, Troy Harris, and Pokernuts. You're all in the danger zone. Who's got the most appearances? 7 for How to 2 and Cetra, 6 each for Lupine, Ardenfets, Apodo, now cut that out, Score Count. Theory of Game actually getting 7 out of 10 questions right, but with 5 Danger Zone appearances, obviously not quite quick enough. That is going to be the end of you guys. For you 12, it is the end of the round. You are in the Danger Zone, so we have to say goodbye. Go and join the Boneyard. Theory of Game becomes the leader of the Boneyard with 7 at this point. Bah, humbug indeed. Now cut that out. And then there were 30. Still a handful of people with multipliers left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then all the people at the bottom. So lots of multipliers still to play for. Remember, you can't use it in round 5. Neither you can use your nerf. So use them before round 5 or you will lose them. Quite a lot of nerfs have been played already. A nerf now worth a flat rate of 15 points. Nobody with a full score. Inisk has got the highest score with 9, along with Ben and DJ also with 9. Anybody else with 9? I think just the 3. Inisk, Pum and Ben and DJ all with 9 points, the highest score yet. Still a few people to avoid the danger zone entirely. Procyon, DJ, Pum and Ben, Cola, Keshi, Clive. You guys have all avoided the danger zone completely so far, but all of that could change as we go into round 3. If you want to use your multiplier, M for multiplier, or 3 exclamation marks into the chat or to the bot if you want to play it on round 3, which is Feliz Navidad. A lot of multipliers getting activated there. Connor, Keshi, Party of Me, Ben, DJ, Anasep, SpongeBot, DC, Mark, The Real Dev, Joey Gatorman, Samster, and Amy, all activating their multiplier on this one. So, as you may have imagined, this is to do with language and Christmas languages around the world. The damage is already done, but I'm not going to draw attention to it. But we'll see what happens. Christmas languages all around the world. Good luck, have fun with this. Round 3 is Feliz Navidad. 30 of you left. Let's play Danger Zone. And yes, a lot of multipliers. Here's question 1. What name is given to the honey-sweetened cake traditionally served in Germany at Christmas? Sauerbraten, Käseschmarrn, Naturwissenschaft, or Lebkuchen? Slight delay on the bot. It's obviously getting a little bit clogged up there. Majority of people still in the game getting this one correct. Who was fastest? Clive a Legend, followed by Keshi Head. 8 Minky was 3rd. DC was 4th, and Inisk was 5th. Just the one nerf used there, Procyonics. Naturwissenschaft is actually science, or natural science in Germany. And Minky going with a logical guess of the one that had cake in the name, so he hopes it's that one. They are the other two. The three that are actually food, Sauerbraten, Käseschmarrn, Lebkuchen, they are all foodstuffs, but the one that is the honey sweetened cake traditionally served at Christmas is D, Lebkuchen. Got a standard Danger Zone size, just Serial Quiz are the only player with points in the Danger Zone at the moment with 7. Next player to... the next player point-wise is Procyonics with 15. Up at the top, Keshi Head with 58. DC's got 54. DJ has got 50. There are 3 players in the Danger Zone, SpongeBot, Real Dev and Connor, who have got their multipliers active. And we've got 4 more questions to get through, though with only 30 points available per question. Those gaps are going to start getting smaller. The amount of distance you have to make up is going to start to become much more pressing. Lebkuchen was the right answer. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Here comes question number 2. Lebkuchen. In a traditional Catalonian crib scene, what is the Cagane doing? Attempting to kidnap baby Jesus, having a bowel movement, playing cards with the 3 wise men, drinking with the shepherds. Perhaps not as many getting the E, all of the above. This is a great little nugget of trivia. If you don't know this one, it's a good question, a good piece of trivia rather. Itogi was fastest there, followed by Inisk. Carver 7th was 3rd, 8 Minky 4th, Amy was 5th. No nurse being used on this one, though a smattering of people getting it wrong. So in the traditional Catalonian crib, there is always a person squatting and defecating in the corner. I learned this from QI. All of those other ones do feel like they could possibly be right, but in a traditional Catalonian crib, you have the cagana, the crapper, to give it its proper translation, the pooper. So the answer is actually B, having a bowel movement, which is the nicest way I could think of phrasing that. We've got a tie, a 3-way tie no less, in the Danger Zone. I think that marks Clive's first appearance in the Danger Zone. It does, and also Procyon's first appearance in the Danger Zone. Only DJ, Keshi and Pum and Ben are the only 3 players now to completely stay out of it. But 3-way tie between Mark, Itogi and Clive. Hopefully that'll resolve before the end of the game, or we will... I'm a question writer, Asp. It's sort of my job to find these things, although a lot of it comes from QI. Hopefully that tie will resolve itself before the end of the round, or we'll have to go to another tiebreaker, won't we? Amy is currently in the lead with 98, DJ in second with 88, Joey Gateman in third with 78. Still much to play for. Very nearly half the players in the Danger Zone at the moment, which is a scary thing to be. In the next round it'll be well over half, the majority of it. Let's go on. Let's go on to question number 3. Fingers on buzzers, take a look at this. Still a few people with nerfs left to play as well. Number 3. What is the correct spelling of the legendary Dutch figure based on St. Nicholas? A, B, C or D? Like all of the players in the main game getting the correct answer to that. Ardenfetz looks like they are taking over as king of the Boneyard at this point. Ardenfetz jumping up to 8 and just pushing ahead of Theory Game and Cetra. Over on the other side, who was fastest for this one? Real Dev was fastest, followed by Spokes, then Party of Me, then Anasep, then Mark. A couple of people using their nerfs here. Serial Quizzer and Silent Marine looking to boost their points, getting a flat rate of 15 for that question. Number of people getting it wrong, but quite a few getting it right. So this Dutch figure, Sinterklaas, is the Dutch figure in question, and you spell that like you do in C, Sinterklaas. C was the answer. Dutch part throwing you off there, Yellowtail. I knew it right after I submit. That's the thing with this game, G-Legends. That is the thing. You've got all that time to regret your decision. Amy increases her lead now on to 134. Samster's in second with 112. Tie in third between Party Me and Keshi Head, 104 each. We have still got a tie in the Danger Zone, just a 2-way tie this time. And I think that marks Pum and Ben's first appearance in the Danger Zone, causing that tie, along with Cola on 40 points each, just 1 point ahead of Amy G on 39. Also in the Danger Zone, Procyon, Itogi, Clive, Carr, Dogfish, Serial Quizzer, Silent Marine, GRs and SpongeBot and Itzotli. Though SpongeBot and Pum and Ben have got their multipliers active, could make a big difference still. A few players down there have also still got their nerfs available. We'll go to StatBot at the end of the next question, but it's kind of tight around the line with 30 points per question, and with that 2-way tie at the top, that's going to be one to keep your eyes on. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Here comes question number 4. Vigilia is a traditional Christmas Eve vigil supper principally celebrated in which country? A. Poland, B. Russia, C. Jamaica, D. Montenegro. I think people are able to maybe figure out Vigilia or Vigilia, what that could possibly be related to. It's a vigil supper. Lots of people actually getting this one correct. Who was fastest? Itogi was fastest, followed by Keshi Head, then Party of Me. Itzotli was fourth, right down at the bottom, but that could be a big difference for them. And fifth was Mark. A couple of nerfs being used here, one from Inisk and one from Pum and Ben, choosing to use that nerf. Though with Cola getting it right, who got more points there? Cola did. Amy getting 1 point fewer and only being 1 point behind. That's going to make for some very, very interesting reading. I think we probably have broken the tie, depending what happens with Spokes, Connor, and Milk-like Substance. A very, very interesting looking game. The correct answer, incidentally, was A. Poland. We have resolved the tie in the danger zone, but there is now a single solitary point between Amy G and Spokes. Amy G in safety on 53, Spokes in the danger zone on 52. We have still got two players who've completely avoided the danger zone so far, DJ and Keshi Head. So they're the only two to completely stay out of the danger zone. Will go into the final round if they get there with the highest possible score they can. Matt, it's all very tight at the moment. Amy's in the lead with 178, Keshi second 162, Party Me 160, but who's safe and who's in danger?
Well, we've got one person eliminated already. Giesens, with only 15 points and a maximum of 30 to play for, is already out and gone. SpongeBot and Connor M with their multiplier still have a very, very good chance to escape that danger zone dozen towards the end. In terms of those who are safe, you need 82 or above. Oh no, sorry, you don't need 82 because Connor's got their multiplier. So. It wouldn't make much of an effort. So, I think it's the top 9, top 10 are. Spokes can get 82, so that would put top 10. But obviously, Spokes could get up to 110 with a maximum. Score.
So we're looking around the sort of top third of the board. DC Simmons 8 Minky-ish is about the break point. Everyone above that can relax. Everyone below that could potentially be in trouble.
Yeah, and obviously going into round 4, those bonus points could prove very crucial for getting into round 5. So Amy, Keshi and Party of Me will still want to keep pushing for those bonus points. In terms of who has had the best performance so far for correct answers, Samster and DJ on 12 correct answers each. DJ will look to be having the advantage so far for round 5 with no danger zone appearances. Over in the Boneyard, Ardenfett and the Looping One on 8 out of 14 questions so far. Who is going to drop out at the end of round 3? Let's find out. Here's question number 5.
Thank you very much, Matt. We'll talk a bit more about the metrics going into round 5 in a few minutes' time, but for now, all you need to do is stay out of the danger zone. Good luck. One more question to survive here. 12 of you will be going. Let's find out who. Here's question 5. Incidentally, this is what I was alluding to. I didn't want to draw attention to it. But question 5. The category title of this round means Merry Christmas in which language? A. Spanish, B. Italian, C. Norwegian, or D. Urdu? No answer from SpongeBob, which means their fate is sealed. Oh, and likewise, Car in the danger zone, fate sealed there. But with Amy G and Itogi getting it wrong, but everyone else around them getting it right, that could spell certain danger for them. Yes, it was given away in the chat. I decided not to draw attention to it and just ignore it, because if I draw attention to it, then you know it's coming. And if you've already read it, deleting it makes no sense. So I'll just hope everyone forgets about it. Procyon did answer, but answered quite late. I don't know if they're going to have done enough to get out of the danger zone. With Itogi and Amy G possibly dropping into it, Spokes and Connor maybe getting out of it, it's going to be interesting to see. If you were paying attention to the chat earlier on, you will recall that Feliz Navidad is Merry Christmas in focus on the right screen, Spanish. So, at the end of that, we don't have a tie, no ties to speak of, and top 3. Amy, 218. Very, very solid performance. Party of Me second, 216, just 2 points behind. Keshi Head in third with 198. Very, very well played. You three will get a boost going into round 4, and I'm sure you'll love it when we get there. Joining them there with their scores being reset to 0 are Anasep, Samster, Mark, The Real Dev, DJ, Joey Gateman, 8Minky, DC Simmons, Innis, Mogra, Connor, We Like Shapes, Spokes, Pum and Ben, and just by 2 points, just clearing the danger zone by 2 points there, Milk Like Substance on 72. Sadly, however, 12 people in the danger zone: Cola, Dogfish, Togi, Clive, Procyon, Amy G, Serial Quizzer, It's Otley, Silent Marine, Car the 7th, G Isons, and SpongeBob. You're all in the danger zone. Not the first time for any of you. Everyone's had at least 4 danger zone appearances here, with Serial Quizzer actually having 7 out of 15 potential danger zone appearances down there. Good performance from Cola on 12. It's going to put him in a very, very strong position to be king of the Boneyard, but unfortunately is not going to be able to carry on with the main game. For you 12, sadly, your journey comes to an end here. It's the end of the round. You're in the danger zone, which means we've got to say goodbye. Boneyard now threatening to burst its banks slightly, but Cola straight to the top with 12. Procyon and Dogfish in a joint second with 11, and it's Sotley and Silent Marine in third on 10. Much to play for over there, but our attention goes back to the main game, where 18 players remain. 18 will become just 6 at the end of this round. Final reminder that you cannot use your nerf or your multiplier in round 5, so you must use it by the end of this round or you will lose it. M to multiply at the start of the round, N to nerf a question at any point during. 8Minky, Inisk, and Spokes are yet to use their multipliers. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players who are yet to use their nerf. Use them in this next round or you will lose them. Round 4. Let's take a look and see what round 4 has got in store for you. 3 exclamation marks or an M to use your multiplier. Here's the category: Feed the World. Inisk has used the multiplier. Eyes on Spokes and 8Minky. 8Minky's made it a bit of a tradition not to use it. I believe Spokes said at the start that they weren't going to either, and they are being true to their word. Just Inisk with the multiplier and a very, very strong advantage going into this round. Of course, Amy, Party of Me and Keshi Head with that point advantage at the start, 9, 6 and 4. A reminder that going into round 5, your points are calculated, your opening points rather, there are no boosts, but they're calculated based on the number of questions you've got right, minus the number of times you've appeared in the danger zone. So right now, if we were to start round 5, Spokes would start on a score of 4, 9 minus 5, and Keshi would start on 10, or Samster would start on 12, 13 minus 1. So all those danger zone appearances, even if you haven't gone out of the game, they have been counting against you. Which is why being in the danger zone is so dangerous, because it does affect your end game potential. We will be going down to just 6 players after this round. Now, I need to explain the metrics of this round because the questions don't explain the questions, so I need to give you the instructions here, so make sure you're listening carefully. Round 4 is Feed the World. You will be shown a line from the Band-Aid classic, Feed the World, Let Them Know It's Christmas Time. Released in several times, but the 3 that I am focusing on are the original from 1984, Band-Aid 20 from Band-Aid 20 from 2004, and Band-Aid 30 from 2014. So we are spanning 30 decades here. Now, you'll be shown a line from that song and 4 artists. And of those 4 artists, 3 of them sang the line, 1 of them did not. The answer to the question is the one person who did not sing the line given in either Band-Aid 1984, Band-Aid 20 in 2004 or Band-Aid 30 in 2014. So it's effectively odd one out, Christmas themed. Did I say 30 decades? I meant 30 years. Sorry, Kegler. 30 years, 3 decades. So there'll be a mixture of artists from all of them, but only one of them didn't sing the given line. You're looking for the not. That's how this round is going to work. I'm sure you'll have lots of fun. Good luck to you all. At the end of this round, 6 of you will go through to the final. 12 of you will be relegated to the Boneyard. Fingers on buzzers. Good luck. Round 4. Let's feed the world. Let's play Danger Zone. Maximum of 18, of course, unless you're Inisk, in which case you can get a maximum of 36. First one. It's Christmas time, there's no need to be afraid. A, One Direction, B, Paul Young, C, Bob Geldof, or D, Chris Martin. Who didn't sing that line? quite a lot of people getting this one right, actually. Only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the main game getting this one wrong. How many nerfs were used? Only the one. Just Anisette using the nerf there. Real Dev was fastest. Party of Me was second. Mogra was third. We Like Shapes fourth. And Samson was fifth. Well done if you got that one right. So it's Christian time. There's no need to be afraid. It is the first line of the song. In the original, it was sung by Paul Young. 2004, it was sung by Chris Martin. And in 2014, it was sung by One Direction. The only one there not to sing that line is the one who's actually never sung in any of them. And that is C. Bob Geldof, the person who thought the whole thing up. Party of Me is in the lead with 23. Dev is in second with 18. Mogra in third with 16. We Like Shapes 15. Samsa 14. 8 Minky 13. 12, 11, 10, 9 all in the danger zone. And of course that 4 as well and the ones yet to score. But we don't have a tie. But that could be about to change. Cola retains position as King of the Boneyard with 13 correct answers. Let's go on. Just a bit of heads up. I'm not doing every line, but it is going chronologically through the song. Okay, so this will be the second or the third line if you want to start giving it some thought. Fingers on buzzers, here's question 2. You got red on me. You got red on you for the first time, DJ. Bad luck, mate. Number 2. And in our world of plenty, we can spread our smile of joy. A. Ed Sheeran. B. Dido. C. Rita Ora. D. Boy George. A little bit trickier, that one. Just 5 people giving me a correct answer. Spokes was first, then Dev, then Samster, then DJ, and then Mogra. So, in our world of plenty, we can spread a smile of joy. In the original 1984, and that was Boy George. 2004, that line was done by Dido. And in 2014, that line was performed by Rita Ora. Ed Sheeran sang the previous line, which is, at Christmas time we let in light and we banish shade. Very close to that line, but not that line exactly. The correct answer was A. Ed Sheeran. We've got a tie at the top of the danger zone. We Like Shapes and DJ with 15 points apiece. They're going to want to look to break that tie before the end of the round. Innis, despite that multiplier, is down in the danger zone but could get 36 points and in a single question jump to the top of the board. Still a few nerfs left to play. Keshi, DC Simmons, Mark, Milk Like Substance, 8 Minky, Spokes, Party of Me and the Real Dev. A multiplier at this stage would give you a flat rate of 9 points. Could be worth playing. Could be a tactical one if you're getting it in late and you think lots of people are going to have gotten it right. Could be worth playing that. Do bear it in mind. Coda retaining position as King of the Boneyard. Let's just take a look at the danger zone appearances. Spokes with 6 and Connor with 6 have got the highest danger zone count. Lowest number of questions correct, I think, is 8 on Connor, and highest looks to be 15 out of 17 from Samster. So that is the state to play. We Like Shapes and DJ on 15 each. Let's go on to another question. Here's question number 3. Okay, question 3. But say a prayer. Pray for the other ones. A. Paloma Faith. B. Robbie Williams. C. George Michael. D. David Bowie. Oh, a lot of the top half of the board getting this one right. Only Spokes getting it wrong, and then Amy and Under, the ones who have no points. So, in fact, no, it's just no points for this question. Beg your pardon, I can't remember how to read my own rules. A few nerfs being played on this one, though. Dev, Party and Me, Milk Like Substance, and Mark all nerfing this question. Mogra was fastest here. 8 Minky was second. Samster was third. DJ fourth. DC was fifth. We Like Shapes also getting that question right. Going to be very interesting score reading here. So, in the original, this line was sung by George Michael. But say a prayer, pray for the other ones. That was George Michael. 2004, it was Robbie Williams, and 2014, it was Paloma Faith. The only person not to sing this particular line, in fact, I don't think they had any solo lines, but they were in the ensemble of the original 1984 one, was D. David Bowie. There we go, that tie resolved. There's now a tie at the bottom end of the safety area. DJ and 8 Minky both on 30. Mockers in the lead on 48. Samson's got 46. Dev's got 44. Innisk, Connor, Pum and Ben and Joey Gaderman still yet to score, but again, Innisk with that multiplier could make all the difference. Still got 4 players with nerfs. 8 Minky, DC, Spokes and Keshi could all nerf this question. Am I going to sing the last two? I should have sung the first two as well, Silent Marine. I have so much shame that I didn't. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Here comes question number 4. There's a world outside your window, and it's a world of dread and fear. A. Elbow. B. Simon Le Bon. C. Ollie Murs. D. Sugar Babes. Wow. Much tougher question here. Only 3 in the main game getting this one right. Joey Gateman, Mill-Like Substance, and 8Minky. None of them choosing to nerf. Joey Gateman was first here, 8Minky second, Mill-Like Substance third. This could cause some really upsetting changes to the scores here. And of course, 8Minky choosing not to use his multiplier, abstaining from using his multiplier, still not used his nerf with one more question to go. So there's a world outside your window, and it's a world of dread and fear. 1984, this was sung by Simon Le Bon. 2004, this was sung by the Sugar Babes. 2014, this was sung by Elbow. Ollie Murs did appear in 2014, but it was a later line. I think it was Here's to You, Raise a Glass for Everyone, or possibly the one after this. Maybe even Where the Only Water Flowing is the Bitter Sting of Tears might have been Ollie Murs. I don't think that's the next question. We'll find out in a minute. Correct answer was C, Ollie Murs. No ties to speak of. Cola in the lead in the Boneyard on 14. Mogra is in the lead of the main game with 48, just a point ahead of 8Minky on 47, who's a point ahead of Samson on 46, who's 2 points ahead of Dev on 44. Milk-Like Substance on 37, Party of Me on 32, and Safe. But Party of Me only 2 points ahead of DJ on 30, and everyone below that still waiting to get some points. At the bottom 3, Pum and Ben, Innes, and Connor, though with Innes with that multiplier, we say it again, 36 points could be on the cards. That is technically enough to escape the danger zone. Well, let's find out from Matt what the scores on the doors are. Matt.
We've got a really, really good build-up going into the final question of round 4. Unfortunately, Connor, Pummerben, Keshi, Anisette and Amy, you are all out at this point. You do not have enough points plus the maximum of 18 to avoid the drop. Inisk, with the multiplier, if they can get maximum points, could avoid the drop, but they will obviously be relying on Party of Me and Milk-Like Substance to get the question completely wrong. At the other end, who is safe? It's actually only well, no, actually no one's safe. No one is safe.
No one is safe.
No, not at the moment. Abe Minky, with the only person above the red line, has a nerf, so they can guarantee themselves safe and through to round 5 simply by hitting the nerf.
You're hearing this, 8Minky, you're listening. He's not going to use it.
No. Just a quick check on the scores for potential round 5. Let's just have a look.
Yeah, let's have a little look to see what's...
that one. Thank you very much. So, Samster with the most correct answers there, 16, but 1 danger zone appearance will mean they will start round 5 on 15. So yeah, they are in pole position effectively for round 5. Over in the Boneyard, Carlo's been having a very good run over there. 14 out of 19 correct answers.
Very good game
so far. So really rather impressive. And I guess he's had a bad run of questions or a bad category.
8Minky using his new mod privileges to start a poll. Should he nerf the power? Yes, 8Minky, a new moderator over on here on Discord. We welcome 8Minky and thank him for all his time. And of course, we thank Matt, who is retaining the keys to the statistician box, but take some time to sort of, I think, refuel, and I think you're just sort of wanting to. I think you said to me you wanted to enjoy playing the games more than managing them, which is completely fair.
Yeah, I think as a lot of people can probably understand, yeah, it's not just playing, but you've obviously got to watch 101 other things that are going on in the gym. And I just wanted to take a step back and just get back to why I actually came to both this channel and Ash's channel. That's just to play games and to enjoy myself. But yeah, I haven't handed over the stat bot keys, and I am certainly not handing over my dual commentary box stat roll. But
quite right.
Yeah, all the best to Ape, and obviously Ape, if you do need any help or advice, my DMs are always open, sir. Well,
thank you for everything you've done and for all your statistician work tonight. Shall we go to a final question?
Do you know what? I think that might be a sensible. I think some people probably say, no, stop here, so we don't
stop
get.
Here. I'm going to say, no, stop here, I'll win.
Well, stop the vote. No,
stop the cow. Well, thank you very much, Matt, and we'll have a chat with you in the middle of round 5. Good luck to everybody else remaining. There is one final question here in this round. What can you do to survive? Good luck, fingers on buzzers. Here it is. The people have spoken, have they? Well, here's question 5. And the Christmas bells that ring there are the clanging chimes of doom. A. Will Young, B. Justin Hawkins, C. Sting, or D. Bono, who didn't sing that line? Well, DC Simmons and Keshi Head, the only two to get this one right, and both of them nerfing the question in order to get there, which means only Procyon, Amy, and Yellowtail over in the Boneyard got this question right, outright, so to speak. A great big sea of red. Is that enough for DC Simmons to overtake Party of Me, displace him, and get DC Simmons a place in the final? This was a slight curveball at the end. A slight curveball at the end. And the Christmas bells that ring there are the clanging chimes of doom. So in 1984, this line was sung by both Sting and Bono. So Bono did do the, well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you. Bono sang that line, but he also sung this line with Sting. Justin Hawkins sang this line with someone else whose name I forget in the 2004 version. Originally, I think Justin Hawkins was supposed to do the 2000, the Tonight Thank God It's Them Instead of You, but Bono insisted he do it. So Will Young sang And There Won't Be Snow in Africa This Christmas Time, along with, I want to say Miss Dynamite, but I might be wrong. So the correct answer to this question was, in fact, A, Will Young. And look at this, DC Simmons, you have done enough to displace Party of Me there, and by a single point, Party of Me, you are chucked into the danger zone and promptly out of the game. Very, very many congratulations to Mogra, Ape, Samster, Dev, Milk Like Substance, and DC Simmons. You are this week's final six, our super six, if you like, to borrow an expression from Winning Lines. It does, however, mean Party of Me, DJ, We Like Shapes, Mark, Spokes, Joey Gaterman, Keshi Head, Amy, Anasep, Inisk, Pum and Ben, and Connor. For quite a few of you here, I know this is also a first time on Danger Zone, and as I say every single time, Danger Zone is a tough game. It is no mean feat to make it to round 4, especially with 54 people in from the start. So that is the 6 survivors. That's quite nice. I quite like that. Especially with 54 people, you've done tremendously well to get to this point. But unfortunately, for you 12, it is the end of the round. You are in the danger zone, which means we have to say goodbye. And there we go. DJ goes to the top of the Boneyard, 15 points, displacing Cola, not Panda, Cola at the top. I was thinking koala. I had bears in my head, saw Cola, koala, and got panda from somewhere. But DJ, or possibly it's because 8 Minky's trying to do the panda for the 3rd time. DJ leading the Boneyard with 15, just a point ahead of Cola. So, nerfs, 8 Minky choosing not to use either his nerf or his multiplier, fully attempting to do the panda here. Do we need to have another one for nerf? Because 8 Minky never uses his nerf. Those are your standings at the moment. You can ignore the first column. You will start this round on the total number of questions you've answered correctly, minus sang with Duet with the John Guy from Travis. Thank you, It's Otley. I was wondering who that was. You'll start off with the total number of questions correctly, minus the number of times you've appeared in the danger zone. So Mogri, you're going to start on 12. 8 Minky, you're going to start on 11. Samsa, you're going to start on 15. Dev, you're going to start on 12. Milk Like Substance, you're going to start on 5. DC Simmons, you are going to start on 7. 6 points maximum for each question. There are no nerfs or multipliers in this round. And as ever, round 5 is general knowledge. So, 15, 12, 12, 11, 7 and 5. Maximum of 30 points available for the round. It is still anyone's game, but it depends how your opponents do. Boneyard, you are looking to see how many points you can get to see if you can be king of the Boneyard. And a reminder that there is £15 cash up for grabs if you can win this evening's game. Very, very good luck to all of you. There is another festive slant to these, but they're more general festive rather than having a running theme. General knowledge on parade. General knowledge. Very good. Good luck to all of you. For the final time, round 5 is general knowledge. Let's play Danger Zone. Festive-ish. Yeah, festive-ish. Question 1. Though the exact lineage is debated, most historians agree that eggnog originated in which country? A. Canada, B. Poland, C. the USA, or D. England? Only Samster and Milk Like Substance getting this right in the main game, and not very many people in the Boneyard getting this. It's Sotley, Procyonics, Now Cut That Out, and Lupine. A very, very difficult question that not many people have got the right answer to. Samster getting himself 5 points, Milk Like Substance getting 6, getting it first, but Milk Like Substance has got some catching up to do. Correct answer to that one was England. Do you believe? What's happening there? Messages and stuff. Yeah, in England. I found a couple of articles on this. But you would think it was sort of an American, Canadian, North American thing. But eggnog was apparently based off an ale. Nog was an English ale, and it was sort of developed from there. Samster taking extending his early lead up to 20 points. Mogra, Real Dev both on 12. 8 Minky, Milk Like Substance on 11. DC Simmons on 7. 4 questions to go. 24 points available. Things on buzzers. Here's question 2. How we make use of all the phlegm we produce each one. That's a lovely expression, we like shapes. Question 2. Which US department store is central to the plot of the original Miracle on 34th Street? A. Macy's, B. Kohl's, C. Sears, D. J.C. Penney. Mogra, Milk Like and DC getting this right. DC fastest, Milk Like second, Mogra third. So even though the remake, the store in the remake is Kohl's, though it's spelled differently, it's spelled C-O-L-E-S, the original from the 1940s, Miracle on 34th Street, the department store in question is A. Macy's. That gap tightening just a little bit. It's getting very interesting over here. DJ is still leading the Boneyard with 16. Samster has still got 20. Margaret and Milk Like Substance looking to close that down now with 16 points apiece. DC Sims has got 13. Dev's got 12. 8 Minky's got 11. Very, very tight game here. Let's go on to the next question. Question number 3. Not to spell it Coles. Good call, Arden Fetz. Question 3. What time is the Queen's speech traditionally broadcast on Christmas Day in the UK? 6 p.m, 12 noon, 3 p.m, 9 a.m. Everybody but Dev getting this one right. 8 Minky fastest, followed by DC Simmons, then Margaret, then Samster, then Milk Like Substance. I watch it every year as much as I can, and every year the Queen's Speech is broadcast on BBC One, I think BBC Two, ITV, and on the radio, various radio stations at 3 p.m. every year. Samster on 23, still in the lead, but Mogra has now reached 20 points. Milk Like and DC both on 18, 8 Minky's on 17, Dev down on 12. With 12 points available in this game, Matt, it does look like it is still theoretically anybody's game.
It is still anybody's game, yet Real Dev could... it would need the... Almost
need a Christmas miracle.
It would need basically, correct answers first, and basically everyone else getting it wrong.
But theoretically possible.
In theory, yes. In practice,
it's a long shot.
Unfortunately, highly unlikely. Obviously, Samson with a 3-point lead. It's still not over yet. Although, actually, Samster could win it on this question if he can outscore Mogra by 4 or more points and can outscore Milk Like and DC Simmons by 2 points or more, then it will be an insurmountable amount, and Samster will win the Quizmas Danger Zone. Meanwhile, on the other side, DJ top of the Boneyard on 17, but not as many correct answers as Samster. 2 questions to go, 12 points up for grabs. Let's see what the next question has in store.
Thank you very much, Matt. Let's go right now. Thank you very much, Matt. Let's go there right now. Here's question number 4. Question 4 is, since 1947, which Fennoscandian country has donated a Christmas tree to Trafalgar Square? A. Sweden, B. Norway, C. Finland, D. Russia. Ape and Dev tripping over this one. Mogra getting 6, Samster getting 2. It's not enough to put Mogra into the lead, but he's going to close that gap down to just a single point. DC getting 5, Milk Like getting 3. DC Simmons is also going to be in contention for this. I was determined to get the word Fennoscandian into question. Fennoscandia is a geographical region as opposed to Scandinavia, which is a country region. But the correct answer, which Fennoscandian country has donated a Christmas tree to Trafalgar Square every year since 1947, is Norway. Norway is the right answer. It's a really good word, Fennoscandian, yeah. It trips off the tongue really nicely. So, look at this. It is, by the looks of this, Matt, it looks like we could theoretically have any of the top 4 either win outright or at the very least force a tie.
Well, I was just saying outright in my comment there. A new word for the anagram section of my outright quiz pack. But yeah, it's down to the top 4 to win tonight's Danger Zone. Samster 27, Morgan 26, DC Simmons 23, and Milk-like on 21. So who needs what? Milk-like basically needs it to be first and for pretty much no one else to get it right. DC Simmons needs
that would force a tie, incidentally, with Samster.
That would indeed force a tie break at the very least. DC Simmons needs either 4 points to force a tie or 5 to win.
Assuming Samster doesn't get it right.
Mogra needs to beat Samster by 2. For Samster to win, either just get it right fastest to put it on 33. Samster could force a tie by getting it correct second,
to Mogra
getting it right first. Yeah, so basically needs to outscore. Needs to outscore Mogra, or Mogra gets it correctly 2 places behind Samster. So this is Samster's to lose, effectively.
Samster, yours to lose. The advantage is with you, but it is not a foregone conclusion. We are going to go all the way to question number 25. Good luck to all of you. Here's question 5. As Brig is saying, there are quite a few tie possibilities here. Let's see what happens. Question 5. What does Scrooge send to Bob Cratchit in the final chapter of A Christmas Carol? A, the prize turkey, B, the prize goose, C, the prize mutton leg, or D, the prize gammon? Oh, look at this upset right here. I thought I'd put
goodness.
I thought I'd put a bit of a curveball in at the end of the quiz, because there have been some pretty tough Christmas questions in here tonight. And I went and looked up A Christmas Carol, which I've never read before, actually. And I really want to. And I thought, I'll look at the last chapter, because I thought going into it that it was, he said to the boy in the street, go and buy from the poultier the prize goose. And I thought it was the prize goose, and I looked it up. And it's not the prize goose. And with Mogra, the only one to get this right, the only player who knew that the correct answer is, in fact, as straightforward as the prize turkey. He sends the boy to get the prize turkey and to take it to Bob Cratchit's house. And the Simpsons
might have seen Muppet Christmas Carol for that one.
Muppet Christmas Carol. I don't know if it is the thing that goes in there, but it is a prize turkey. Yeah. As I say, Megs was saying to me, no, if you had a goose, it meant that you were less well off, because a goose is obviously not as big as a turkey. So, yes, he sent him to get the prize turkey. So, at the end of that, a big turnaround at the end. We do like a bit of a shocking ending, but commiserations must go to Samster. But King of the Boneyard is DJ with a score of 18. Very, very well done to you. And valiant effort, and notable mentions to Cola Cola and It's Otley, both with 17 in the Boneyard. In the main game, though, the real Dev, I believe it might be possibly not a first Danger Zone appearance, but I'm pretty sure it's first time in the final. Real Dev, 14 questions out of 25, 2 Danger Zone appearances and a final score of 12. 6th place goes to the real Dev. 5th place. He's done it twice before without using that multiplier, but this time is not one of them. 14 out of 25, 17 points in the final, 2 Danger Zone appearances. 5th place goes to our friend 8 Minky. 4th place, managing to survive all this way with 6 Danger Zone appearances, but 15 out of 25 and 21 points in the final. A very, very good effort to Milk Like Substance in 4th place. 3rd time, again, don't think I've seen DC many times in Danger Zone, and I don't think I've seen DC in the final before, but a very, very good effort here. 15 questions out of 25. Again, surviving with quite a high number of Danger Zone appearances of 5, but 23 points in the final. Bronze medal this week goes to DC Simmons. Runner-up, silver medal. He's won it a couple of times before, but just couldn't quite hang on to that lead tonight. The most questions right out of anyone in the game, 19 out of 25. Only 1 Danger Zone appearance the whole time, but 27 points in the final. The silver medal goes to Samster. But this week's upset winner, surprise winner, coming out on that last question and just sealing the victory, 18 out of 25, 2 Danger Zone appearances and 32 in the final. The winner of the Quizmas edition of Danger Zone is Mogra123. Very, very well done indeed to you, Margaret. If you would like to get in touch with me on Discord, a fabulous effort, and you will of course be cemented in the Hall of Fame. I think you're in the Discord, but if you're not, link is there. Do send me a DM and I will arrange PayPal to you of £15. And of course, perhaps even more coveted than a £15 PayPal is of course your name in the Hall of Champions, and there you are, 5th of December 2020, 32 points, 18 out of 25. There you go, solidified for all time there, Mogra. Very, very well played. Right, that's the end of the Quizmas Danger Zone. Hope you all had fun. Thank you so much for tuning out and playing. It's been really good fun to play, and we've got, according to this 69 active chatters over the course of the evening. But the evening does not end there. We have got a companion game. There are no prizes, cash prizes, no Quizmas prizes, but we are going to have one more game after the break, and I'm going to let us go into it cold. We're going to take a little break. I'll put some Christmas music on. I'm going to get another glass of wine. I'll probably put a couple of word puzzles up for you to think about, maybe a couple of word wheels, maybe just the one. 3 minutes is probably enough. And yeah, we're having another game. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It'll be a big surprise when we come back after the break. But for now, yes, one more. I'm spoiling you at Christmas. No prizes, like I say, no prizes for this one. But we are going to have another game in just a second. So sit tight, enjoy the Christmas music. We'll do some word puzzles. I'll put a word wheel up or something. Congratulations again to Mogra. Send me your details and I'll send you your prize. You've been playing Danger Zone. I'll be back in just a few minutes' time. It's back! We're back with some more Google That. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed the break. Well, I think it was Innis there getting the high score. Was it Innis or was it Totley? It began with an I, I think. But well done to you. Yes, we are overdue some Google That. I have to say, at the head of the game, I am equal to Google this. Oh, Dev, that needs to be a meme. I can't remember anyone making that joke before. I like that a lot. I have to say, I have to give my very special spicy mold thanks to Aspia Dog, who about 3 days ago emailed me saying, I'm thinking about writing a question pack for Google That. So the story of tonight is that it was originally going to be Google That. I then switched it to something else. And then Aspie said, I'm looking to write a Google That question pack. And so I switched it back to Google That because I am planning some more Google That before the end of the month. That's all I'm going to say on that. But I really wanted to write a question pack for it. But I thought with all the Danger Zone stuff I needed to do tonight, I wasn't going to have time to do a Google That one as well and make it really festive. Plus, I want it to be a bit closer to Christmas. So I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to give too much away. So I'm really grateful that Aspie has sent me a pack. It got sent to, and I have to give another special thanks to LK, Liquid Courage, who's gone through this. So LK is one of our new proofers. Our proofer team, of course, is Panda, 8 Minky, and Liquid Courage. Now, LK is a new proofer, and he's gone through it with a fine-tooth comb and sent back a few things that needed tweaks. So it has been thoroughly vetted, and I'm very grateful to both Aspie and to LK for making this pack possible this evening. We haven't played it for a while. I need to remember if I can remember how to use all the controls. So it's been adjudicated on that. It's been adjudicated on. So Google That is not a lobby game because of how it works, because the games are so varied, and it's a sort of competitive game between 12. So 12 of you will get to come and play in the hot seat game. For everyone else, sit back and watch. It's a lot of fun all the same, though. If you're not in the game, I would ask if you can keep answers out of the chat. All of this game is done by whispering it to the bot, and if you want your avatar to speak if you're in the game, it's ! Followed by your message into the public chat. We haven't done it for a while, so hopefully everything will come back for me and for you as well. And if you've not seen it before, I think you'll really like it. It's a lot of fun. Now, Danger Zone's quite serious and quite stressful. This one shouldn't be as stressful. Should be really, really light and fun and fluffy. There are some Christmas questions in here from Aspie, though there are some general ones as well. So it's a nice mix of festive and non-festive. So I do hope you'll enjoy yourselves playing Google That or watching Google That if you're not one of the ones to get into the hot seat tonight. Just before we open up the lobby, a couple of things to announce. Of course, the 12 Days of Quizmas continues next week with me on Tuesday for the 5th day of Quizmas. We've then got the 6th day of Quizmas, which is going to be with Ash on Wednesday. Golden Mind is with Catnip next Friday. So no Quizmas from Ash next Friday. And then I'm back with the 7th day of Quizmas a week today. That's pretty much what's going on. Quizzy Dan is now done for Christmas. I know Tipster hasn't got a Pinnacle Larder tomorrow. I think he's back Sunday week for his sort of Christmas do. But no Quizzy Dan, no Tipster this week. You've got some Quets as well, though, if you want to go get your Chase VGM on. He's on a couple of times this week. And of course, oops, that's not how you spell Ash. Of course, Ash is over there as well, if you don't follow Ash already. And all of this and more can be found, information about this can be found in the Persephone's Chair Discord server, which you can go and join right there. Do come and join us. So, if you've not played this before, you'll enjoy yourself. Yeah, ask bracket. Sorry, Ash. You'll enjoy it. Come into the lobby, it'll pick 12 of you. Let's get this game underway. Flew. Do come join the lobby if you'd like to come play Google That. This bit you can type into public chat, everything else do it into whispers. Oh god, I hope you don't fill up the lobby. I've never had a full lobby of Google That before. I didn't think this was going to be a problem. I'm now rethinking my plan. 7, 14, 21. We're up to 27, could be getting up to 28. One Flew Over the Google Nest. Yes, indeed, Ash. That's a book by... Who did write that book? I know it was a film starring Jack Nicholson. Who wrote that book? Ken Kesey. I've never heard of him. I thought I knew that. Apparently I don't. There we go. Come join the lobby. I'll give you another minute to join and then we'll get the game underway because we're already... we're not running late, but it's already a bit later on My lobby size is being really tested tonight. It really is. Nice problems to have, though, Matt. So they are. I should Google that. Oh yeah, one thing to add. Even though the Google is in the title of the game, you're not allowed to Google. The idea came, it's a slightly passive-aggressive title, the logic being that the questions are designed in such a way that it is very difficult to Google and still do well, not only because of the timer, but because of how the rounds are designed. So yes, it's more Google that. So there was a slightly passive-aggressive idea behind titling it, which I'm hoping was taken in good faith, good humour. So pop yourself into the lobby if you want to come and have a game of Google that. So we haven't played it for a little while, and I promise there will be at least one more before Christmas in some capacity, where I will be writing the question pack, though I'm not going to say any more than that. Do come and join us if you want to come and play Google that. It's fun, as the music suggests. It's light and fluffy. Still tricky. I think Aspie's got a fairly well-balanced question pack, actually. So if you do enjoy the questions, do give Aspie a thanks. Give Aspie your thanks anyway, because he's put a lot of work into this, and I'm very grateful to him for taking the time to come up with it. Saying nothing, I hope I did a good job of it. Did you have a question pack, Car, for Google that? Didn't I send it back? I thought you sent me one and then I sent it back because there was something with the music round was wrong. Maybe I need to check my notes. I'm sorry if there's one I've sort of jumped the queue a little bit. The other thing that I'm aware of is that I do want to get a balance of different question writers when they guess right. So one other thing just to consider there, Car. I do take your point if you have sent me one, but I know we had your Escape Artist pack a week or two ago, and we had, I know you've done a Danger Zone pack as well. So I'm not ungrateful to any. I am immensely grateful to all question writers for this. But if you don't get your pack in, I'm trying to balance it just so that everyone who writes questions gets a chance to show it. So I know we have had a couple of car packs. So hopefully that's all okay with you, Car. Oh, Ash is sending me a message. Cool. Well, I'll hold off for a while. I mean, I'll hold off until I need it, but. Yeah, I think it's important to get a balance because I do really like writing questions myself. If I didn't do it, if I didn't enjoy it, I'd outsource everything. But I've been doing it for 15 years or more, and I do enjoy it, especially when there's sort of slightly quirkier formats like this, which is always really fun. And Red Herrings is really fun to write questions for, which is I think why we've been inundated with a lot of people wanting to write questions for Red Herrings. But yeah, I am grateful to everyone who contributes. But it's about getting a balance of different people who've contributed as well as keeping a balance of my own stuff in here. But tonight, Aspie and LK Proofing. I'll give it till the end of this loop, and then we're going to lock the lobby and pick some players. We will go from there. Loop is coming to an end. So, if you're all ready, let's lock the lobby. It does have good music, doesn't it? It's good to be back in this show. I remember we did this all summer. Like the whole of August, we're doing this twice a week. Hopefully it'll be like riding a bike, and it'll all come back to us. But first thing we need to do is enjoy the light show as we populate the podiums and find out who our 12 players are going to be tonight. And we're going to start cycling round and round. We'll go up to the green one on the left-hand side. Our first player is Procyon. Procyon, welcome to the game, my friend. Lovely to have you here. Possibly a first-timer. Welcome to you. On we go down to the far right corner, also green. It's Benz J. Welcome, Benz J. Lovely to have you here. We're going to cycle a bit more. Are we going to get our third green? We're not. We're going back to the middle row, though. On the right-hand side in yellow, it's Mean PG. Amy, welcome to the game. Lovely to have you here. Not your first time, but welcome anyway, Procyon. Where we go now? Into pole position on blue on the back row. Clive of Legend. Welcome, sir. Lovely to have you here. Round and round we go a little bit more. I did try some post-processing to this and decided it looked better without it. On the front row in blue, it's We Like Shapes. Welcome to the game. Flushed from your finalist appearance in Danger Zone just before. Let's get another podium filled. On the red in the centre is Connor M27. I keep calling you Conorm because that's what the text-to-speech called you. We're halfway there. We've got 6 out of 12, and we're going to finish the middle row now on this blue podium here with Innis. Welcome, Innis, to the game. Come on down. 5 more podiums, 2 reds, 2 yellows, and that final green, which we're going to fill now. Jeremy Corbyn corner is going to be Puzzle Dan. Welcome to the game, Puzzle Dan. Starmer corner. No, Starmer's more centre than that, Matt. Starmer's front and centre, to be honest. Back right on the yellow is Topper One Gaming on the back row on the yellow podium there. Welcome to the game, Topper One. 3 more podiums, a couple of red ones and a yellow one. We're going front and centre first of all on this red podium is Dogfish44. Welcome to you, Dogfish. 2 more podiums. Are we going gliding overall or are we going to the yellow one next? We're going to the yellow one, finishing off that front row. It is Brig Bother. Welcome to the game, Brig. Lovely to have you here. And one final podium that needs finishing. Gliding overall, podium number 1 at the back is Carver 7th. Welcome to the game. So there you go, Car. Maybe a little bit of karma going on in the universe there. If we were playing your question pack, you wouldn't be in the game tonight. So smells a lot fresher than last time. The thing is, I added some post-processing and then decided I hated it and took it off. But it does appear to have left a mark. It does look slightly brighter than it normally does. But I'm not going to complain because I like it. Welcome to all 12 of you. Clive, Car, Topper One, Procyon, Innes, Connor, Amy, Puzzle Down, We Like Shapes, Dogfish, Brig and Ben's J. Lovely, excuse me, to have you all here. So, all the instructions will be given at the start of the round. Amazing what a coat of paint can do, absolutely. Lovely to have you here. Hope you're well. If you're not in this time, bad luck. I do hope you'll stick around and watch it because it's very entertaining to watch as well. And this is Clive. Yes, that is Clive Procyon, quite right. Yes, it's very entertaining to watch. I think so anyway. And you can play along at home for fun. But please do keep your answers out of the chat until the answer has been revealed. So, everyone else who's in, as you can see, exclamation mark followed by a message in public chat will make your avatar speak. Or alternatively, if you whisper to the bot, that is how you submit your answers. Don't submit any answers into public chat because they won't be processed. They'll end up being deleted and you won't get any points for them. So, look forward to losing Top One. Well, you never know. This is a game that can go any which ways and there are some big, big swings in this game. So, if you're ready, we're going to play round 1, the early bird. So you're going to answer a multiple choice question. The question will appear in the chat first. So as ever with these games, keep your eye on the chat because when it's live in the chat, the question is live. You've got to whisper A, B, C or D to Persephone's Twitch bot. It's basically the same as DangerZone, except only the first 5 correct players will score and they will get 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2 respectively. No points if you're wrong or you're too slow. So only the top 5 getting points. There's instructions on how to whisper, though if you were playing DangerZone, you should know how to do that. You get 5 questions in the round for a maximum of 50 points. Okay, so it's just A, B, C or D, just the letter to the bot. You're starting on 0. Your light will go off when you get an answer in and it's been submitted. So, eyes on the chat because that's where the question's going to be. Good luck to you all. Have fun. 10 seconds for each question. That includes the reading time, so you've got to be quick. A, B, C or D. Question number 1. Here it is. Which of these sauces would you traditionally serve with a turkey? A, orange, B, mint, C, pepper, D, cranberry. Very, very fast answers there. People looking to get points. And everybody but Clive getting this one right, but only 5 of you will get some points. The correct answer was D, cranberry. Innes was the fastest there for 10, followed by Car for 8. Connor getting 6, Dogfish getting 4, Puzzle Dan getting 2. Sorry, Puzzle Eden getting 2. Clivy, the only one to get that one wrong. Procyonics, We Like Shapes, Brig, Amy, Topper One, Ben's all correct, but unfortunately a little bit slow. On the board, Puzzle Dan, quite right. Let's reset the podiums. On to question 2 we go. Fingers on buzzers, A, B, C or D. Here it comes. What type of estimate is described as caution towards over-quantifying something? A Brexit estimate, a Liberal estimate, a Labour estimate or a Conservative estimate? Everybody's locked in. Not everybody getting this one right. Car, Procyon, Connor and Amy getting it wrong, but Clive, Topper One, Innisk, Puzzle Down, We Like Shapes, Dogfish, Brig and Ben's getting it right. Let's see what the answer was and what you said. Is D a Conservative estimate? Dogfish getting the maximum there for 10 points. Going with D. Clive getting 8. Innisk getting 6. Topper One getting 4. And Brig Bother off the mark and getting 2. Still a few players yet to score. Procyon, Amy, Benz and We Like Shapes, but plenty of time to do it. Let's reset the podiums. Points! Points indeed, Top One Gaming. Points means prizes. It's all good. Fingers on buzzers. Here comes question number 3. Which of the following months of the year is spelled the same in English and German? A, May, B, October, C, March or D, August? So all your answers in. And that's time. Again, 4 players getting it wrong. Different 4, but 4 getting it wrong, 8 getting it right. Let's have a look at the answer and how many points you're going to get for it. It's D, August. Innes getting another 10 points there, taking him up to 26. Puzzle Dan getting himself 8 points. We Like Shapes getting 6. Amy getting 4, getting off the mark, very nice. And Topper getting 2. Procyon and Ben's still yet to score. Both of them are getting right answers. Ben's again getting the right answer there, but not quite quick enough. Still yet to score, but time to do it. Let's reset the podiums. You're going for 10 in round 3. Is that right, Procyon? Plenty of time before we get to round 3. Fingers on buzzers, everyone. Here's question number 4. How did Andy Warhol officially die on February 21st, 1987? A, poison, B, stabbing, C, cardiac arrest, or D, cancer? Most people getting this one. Puzzle Dan, We Like Shapes, and Innes getting this one wrong. Let's have a look at the correct answer and what you said. It was C, cardiac arrest. Clive, first and fastest there, getting himself 10 points. Connor's getting 8, Car's getting 6, Brig getting another 4, Amy getting another 2. Procyon, someone lob a tin cannon. Boo. Procyon, Dogfish, Topper 1, Ben's all correct, but unfortunately not fast enough. Let's reset the podiums and get ready for the last question of the round. Here is question number 5. Who voiced Dodger in the 1988 animated musical Oliver and Company? A, Joey Lawrence, B, Billy Joel, C, Cheech Marin, or D, Don DeLuise? Ben's just out of time there. Only 4 people getting this one. Clive, Innes, Connor, and Dogfish, which means they will all get points by default. Let's find out what the answer was and who was fastest. It was B, Billy Joel. Clive getting himself 10 points, taking him up to 28. Dogfish getting 8, Connor getting 6, and Innes getting 4. Nice, high scoring round. Should I worry? Things, Why Should I Worry from Oliver and Company? Quite right, Matt the Ref. I've still not seen that film, though I am familiar with the songs, and it's come up in a few quizzes before on this channel. Nice start, some good points from players there. I think that's a sign of a good, well-balanced question pack. So that is the end of round 1. Let's take a look at the scores. So, the podiums reorder in order to put you into ascending score order. So, Innes is in pole position at the end of round 1 with 30. Clive is gliding overall with 28. Dogfish in third with 22. Connor's got 20. Car's got 14. Puzzle Dan on 10. Topper 1's on 6. Amy's also on 6, as is We Like Shapes, as is Brig. Procyon and Ben's yet to score. So, that's the end of round 1. That's a simple round. It starts to get complicated from here. Let's go on to round number 2. Round 2 is Bid on the Buzzer. A category will be given, for example, history. When prompted, whisper a bid from 1 to 10 to the bot. This is the number of your points you're risking on this question. Only the 6 highest bidders will be in play for the question. Again, the category or the question will appear in the chat first. So only the 6 highest bidders actually get an opportunity to play for the question. So the more confident you are, the more points you have to bid in order to get a chance to answer the question and get some points. What is going on? I've got hiccups tonight. Big problem. So, if you're in play, i.e. you're one of the top 6 highest bidders, whisper your answer to the bot. If you answer first and correctly, you get 10 points. Very nice. If you're wrong, or nobody who's in play answers before the timer runs out, then you lose the points that you risk. So if you buzz and get it wrong, you lose the bid that you staked at the beginning. Also, if no one answers, then you all lose your bid. Possibly drinking wine too quickly, Aspie. Additionally, if a wrong answer is given, so not if you time out, but if a wrong answer is given, then anybody who wasn't in play gets a bonus 5 points. So Luigi Stratas was being said on Winning Lines last night. You can get good points in this by letting other players take a risk and get it wrong, because if you're not in play, you get 5 points. If you're in play, but someone else buzzes who's also in play, you don't get any bonus points if they get it wrong, only if you're not in play. So a number of slides keyed at Ben's. So yeah, that would probably work, David, actually. So a number of different strategies you can employ for this game. You get the category first, 10 seconds to get your bid into the bot. Let's go to round 2 now. So category number 1 is going to come up. Bid from 1 to 10. Water. I'm okay. I think it's just a touch of indigestion, to be honest. I always eat about half an hour before stream starts, so dinner is still being processed. So bidding 1 to 10 on the category. The more confident you are, the more points you risk, but then again, the more points are going to be at risk. And then only one player will be able to buzz in. Good luck. Fingers on buzzers, ready to get your bids in on category number 1, which is statistics. Okay, so if you have gone yellow, that means that you are in this round. You are in this question, rather. If you've gone blue, it means you didn't bid high enough, and you will sit this one out. You can only get points if someone gets it wrong. In that sort of category, quite right. This first question, IIRC, there are 2 answers required, and separate them with an ampersand. Okay? There is a syntax given on the question, just so you're aware, but just in case it's a lot to take in, the bit at the end that's in parentheses is just the syntax of the question. So have a look at this. 10 seconds, or 15, it's 14 seconds, 4 seconds before the countdown starts, and then 10 seconds to get your answer in. Full typed answer to the bot. If you're in play, you're yellow. Those are the points that you're risking if you get it wrong, and 10 points if you get it right. Good luck. Here is question number 1. When the Office for National Statistics... Oh, we're going to get some music here. When the Office for National Statistics revealed England and Wales' most popular baby names for 2019 in August 2020, which 2 names remained the most popular? Procyon is buzzing. You're saying Oliver and Olivia. Sorry, that's my bad. I forgot to unflag the music crowd category. Fortunately, I still had the ones from the last game queued up, which is why that. But that shouldn't have affected anything else because I've switched it off now, and it shouldn't be a problem moving forward. Procyon is saying Oliver and Olivia. Is he... sorry, are they correct? Absolutely right. Oliver and Olivia. Very, very well played there, Procyon, getting yourself 10 points and off the mark. Let's reset the podiums. So it's been a while. I'm still trying to adjust to my stream deck because I've got like 5 pages for this game because I was silly. I've turned the music round off now, so hopefully we won't get any more music on these. On we go. Category number 2, bids from 1 to 10. How do you fancy this? Milestones. We like shapes abstaining. Oh yes, if you abstain, you get a default bid of 1, so you would never have nobody. But here we've got 6 players active. Procyon again going for 10. Puzzle Dan and Clive both going for 7. Innes going for 5. Car and Dogfish going for 4. So you guys are in play. Fingers on your buzzers. Hopefully there won't be any music here, and we'll just get the normal music. Here is question number 2. Which British soap opera celebrates its 60th anniversary this year? Innes is in. Saying to me, Coronation Street, is that the right answer? Of course it is. I think it's actually next week. I think it's the 9th of December. 60th anniversary. Very well played there, Innes. Another 10 points, taking you up to 40. Let's reset the podiums. Good, we got the proper music that time. Right, fingers on buzzers, 1 to 10 on the next category, category number 3. Here it is. Rebirths. Procyon is playing, looks like they're playing hardball on this game, bidding up to 10 on every question so far. We've got a few more in. We've actually got 8 people in on this question. Sorry, I'm just refilling my vape with vape sauce. We've actually got 8 people in because we've got some tied bids here. 3 people, Dogfish, Topper 1, Amy and Car, in fact 4 people, all bidding 4. Innes and Clive both going for 5, Puzzle Dan going for 6, and Procyon going for 10. Low bids from Connor, We Like Shapes, Brig and Benz. Sit back and relax, hope somebody gets it wrong and you could get some bonus points for everybody else. So here is question number 3. In the 2020 remake of Final Fantasy VII, what is the name of the city in which the game's events take place? Remember, if nobody buzzes, you all lose your stakes. Procyon is in. Saying Midgar. Is Midgar the right answer? Absolutely right. Another 10 points to Procyon there. Very quick off the buzzer and getting those 10 points all along. And guaranteeing themselves access to the question by bidding 10. Good strategy if you think your knowledge and your reflexes are good enough. Nicely done there, Procyon. Let's reset the podiums. Category number 4 coming up. Fingers on buzzers. Here it is. Quotes. Yeah, Procyon the first into bid here. No surprise what they're going to be doing. We Like Shapes going to get a bid in? You've just run out of time there, We Like Shapes. Get used to Procyon bidding 10. And Mrs. Flush is here. Hello, Mrs. Flush. 7 people in here. Puzzle Dan and Procyon both bidding 10 here. Clive bidding 8. Innis going for 7. Topper 1 for 5. Dogfish and Car both tying on 4, which means we've got 7 people on the go here. People bidding 3. Sit this question out and hope for some free points if somebody gets it wrong. Fingers on buzzers. Here is question number 4. Who or what described 2020 as a year which cannot be neatly accommodated in one single word? Remember, if nobody buzzes, you all lose your bids. Though no bonus points are given out. Clive, is he falling on his sword? He's saying Oxford English Dictionary. He's given an answer. Is it the correct answer? Let's have a look. Very well done, Clive. Absolutely spot on. Another 10 points for you. I said to Aspie, I think that question's quite hard. But we kept it in, and turns out Clive knows, getting himself 10 points there, just stopping everyone from getting a forfeit there. So everyone else who was in, if you didn't know that, you've not got a forfeit, but Clive has gotten himself 10 points. Let's reset the podiums. One more question in this round. We'll start with the category. Here it is. Adapted literature. A big note from Puzzle Eden here. Ben's just getting a bid in at the last second, and it was a bid of enough to get in. Another few ties here. 4 people bidding 4. Connor, Amy, Benz, and Dogfish all bidding 4, risking 4. Procyon again risking 10 here. Topper 1's going for 5. Innis and Clive going for 7. 1 each from We Like Shapes, Brig, Puzzle Dan, and Car the 7th. They're going to hope for some free points if somebody gets it wrong. Good luck. Here is question number 5. Normal People, which was a television smash hit in 2020, was based on the book of the same name, written by whom? Innis, in before I've even finished reading the question. You're saying Rooney. Is that the correct answer? Sally Rooney is the full name I've got there. I don't have multiple correct answers on the app for this, but I am inclined to accept just surname as per the house rules. Real person, surname on its own is enough. So I'm going to give you 10 points for that, Innis. Very, very well done. Sally Rooney is the correct answer. Right, that's the end of round 2. Let's reset the podiums and see what the scores are. Yeah, slight oversight leaving the music round on for round 2, but thankfully able to get around that. Innis maintaining pole position here on 50 points. Clive the Legend still gliding over on 38. Dogfish still in third on 22. Connor and Procyon now both on 20. Procyon moving up the field a little bit here. Car's on 14. Puzzle Eden's on 10. We've got the number of the beast and then some on the front row. 6666 for Topper, Amy, We Like Shapes and Brig. Ben's J still yet to score, but we have got 3 more rounds to go. Let's go on to the next page of my stream deck and let's go and have a look at round number 3. You had a computer malfunction, did you, We Like Shapes? No problem. You still got 6 points. And of course, round 2, only 1 person per question is getting points. So there's been a little bit of change, but not a huge amount. Round 3 is Taboo, probably my favourite round of all. Name something that fits a given category, for example, capital cities in Asia. Whisper 1 answer only to Persephone's Twitch bot. There will be multiple answers, but only one is, I only need 1 from you. If you type more than that, then it's probably going to not be condoned. So you score 10 points if you give me a unique correct answer. So if it were capital cities in Asia and you put Brasilia, for example, and you're the only person to do that, you get 10 points. Answers that are shared, so given by 2, 3, 4, 5 or more players, no thanks, score 6, 4, 2. I don't really like oranges. I'm not really into Satsumas. Sorry. Answers given by 2, 3, 4, 5 or more players score 6, 4, 2 or 0 points. So if lots of people put the same answer, then you don't get any points. It's a bit like pointless, as Jude Tom is saying. No
Does
points.
Anyone else want a half-time orange? Anyone?
We'll fax it to you. Of course, no points if the answer doesn't fit into the given category. There's 5 questions in this round, and again, a maximum of 50 points available. No bidding to worry about. So, I've got a lot of buttons on the stream deck for this one. Hopefully, I'll remember what they all do. Whispering to the bot, get ready, fingers on buzzers. Here is question number 1. Name a Strictly Come Dancing winning celebrity from 2004 to 2019. Oh, bit of a tough question for the Americans. Strictly Come Dancing doesn't quite get over there, maybe. Got answers from Dogfish, Connor, Procyon, Car, Amy, We Like Shapes, and Brig. let's have a look and see what you said. Kevin Fletcher, a note from Connor. Lang, I think that's Lang, Goff, Jones, Jill Halfpenny, and Natasha Kaplinsky. So these are all different answers. So if they're all correct, then they'll all get points. I'm being told 0 and 1 are wrong. 2 is correct. 3 is incorrect. 4, Lang. Let me check my list here. No Lang, I'm afraid, Procyon. That's not going to fly. Goff is another one that's coming up as a potential flag, but that surname is valid. So actually, Car, I'm going to take you off that list, which I think just means I have to press that button. Yes, I do. Perfect. 6, 7, no answer. 8 saying Jones coming up on my list. Good a punt as any, but nobody with the surname Jones, I'm afraid, Amy, so no points for that. Jill Halfpenny is good, and Natasha Kaplinsky is good. So unfortunately, if I've just said your name and taken your points off, you're not going to get any points. I think it's the tick button to award points. Yes. So everyone who did get a correct answer through there, so 2 for Kevin Fletcher, podium 5 for Goff, podium 9 for Jill Halfpenny, and podium 10 for Natasha Kaplinsky. Dylan, could you close the door, please? It's very loud. Okay, the telly's talking to itself and just leaving the door open. That's cool. I'll come back. Sorry, this round takes me just a little bit longer to go through because I've got to do things individually. But podium 2, podium 5, podium 9, podium 10, all correct, all unique. That is going to be 10 points each. Well played. So you get some big changes to the scores in this round. Let's reset the podiums and go on to question number 2. Name a gym badge that features in any Generation 5 Pokemon game. Again, not everybody getting an answer in here, but the majority did. I think I might have to go and manually condone these because these all have badge. The official answers all have badge written after them. So if you just put the name, then it will come up as wrong. But let's see what you've said. We got flood. So anyway, I had this great cake last night. I can't quite see what's happening on there. Which button do I press to focus on a podium? Points to award. Focus on podium. Do I press that? Podium to focus on. There we go. 2. Focus on podium. The Surge badge. Okay. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Vermont City, Forest, Pokemaster, Fire, Trainer, and Sun. Right, I'm going to have to go through these one at a time because it's coming up with all of them as being incorrect. So Flood is not a correct answer. Bad luck there, Innes. Good a guess as any. Clive is wrong. Surge is not right. Vermont City is a city. Forest is not an answer, I'm afraid. Pokemaster, Fire is not there. Trainer is also not there. And Sun, also not there. So the first question where we've beaten absolutely everybody here, I'm afraid that is no points for any of you. Answers that you could have had were the Trio, the Basic, the Toxic, the Insect, the Bolt, the Quake, the Jet, the Freeze, the Legend, or the Wave badge. And it's just occurred to me, I didn't go through the answers from the previous question. You could have had Kevin Fletcher, Stacey Dooley, Joe McFadden, Ore Aduba, Jane McGuinness, Caroline Flack, Abby Clancy, Louis Smith, Harry Judd, Cara Toynton, Chris Hollins, Tom Chambers, Alicia Dixon, Mark Ramprakash, Darren Goff, Jill Halfpenny, or Natasha Kaplinsky were the correct answers from the previous question. So that makes that question much easier to manage. Let's reset the podiums. Question 3 coming up. Have a look at this. Excluding the quantity, name a gift my true love sent to me in the 1909 Austin edition of the 12 Days of Christmas. Everybody getting an answer in. Maybe a bit of a red herring. It's a red herring, to sort of throw that in there, but also it's to cover my own back because there are many different versions of the 12 Days of Christmas. The one that most of us are familiar with is the 1909 Austin edition, so it's the conventional, traditional 12 Days of Christmas. It's there just as to cover all bases and to also to give a little bit of a red herring to you. So let's have a look and see what you said. Swans are swimming, turtle doves, lords are leaping, maids are milking, calling birds, maids are milking, calling birds, turtle doves, geese are laying, excluding the quantity, but I'll let it slide, wheel-like shape, 9 maids are milking. Ladies milking, I'm not going to take Brig Bother. It's ladies dancing or maids are milking, so unfortunately I won't be able to have that. And calling birds. The computer is telling me that podium 10, which is Briggs, is the only one that is incorrect, so unfortunately, Brig, no points for you. Okay, let's go through these and check the unique answers. First of all, swans are swimming. Did anyone else say swans are swimming? But let's find the ones where people did have multiple ones. So we've got calling birds, 3 calling birds, which is unusual, actually. You don't normally get 3 calling birds. Am I missing any others? No, just the 3 calling birds. And this font looks a little bit difficult to read since I've changed the post-processing. But we've got 4 calling birds, 6 calling birds, and 11 calling birds. That's shared 3 ways. So that, oh, no, not next page. 3 ways, so that is going to be 4 points each. Unless I can see another calling bird. I don't think I can. 4 points. Very nice. Okay, turtle doves. 2 turtle doves, how appropriate. Podium 1, podium 7, shared 2 ways. Podium 1, podium 7, 2 turtle doves. That is going to be 6 points. Aim to please. Very nice. Maids are milking. Podium 3, podium 5, and podium 9. Shared 3 ways for maids are milking. 8 maids are milking. That is going to be 4 points. And finally, swans are swimming, lords are leaping, and geese are laying. All correct and all unique. Podium 0, podium 2, podium 8. Inisk, Dogfish, and Amy. Very well played. That is 10 points each. Yay, points! Points indeed. Lots of points going out there. Nice to see. Let's reset the podiums. No one said 5 gold rings. I know, it's surprising what often doesn't come up. The ones you think would be obvious are often the ones that don't come up. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Here comes question number 4. Name the title or subtitle of a novel from the main Diary of a Wimpy Kid book series. Maybe a bit of a generational gap here if you've read them. Maybe you've taught people who have read them. 9 out of 12 getting an answer in. Let's have a look and see what you said. The Cheese Touch, Roderick Rules, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days, the sequel, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and The Long Haul. Computer's telling me 0, 1, 2, 7, 8, and 10 are wrong. So 0 and 2 are wrong. Tell me 1 is wrong. The Cheese Touch. I don't know if you've just made that up, Clive. I'm going to refer to my list. I can't see it on my list, I'm afraid, so I'm not going to condone that. It's telling me that 7 is incorrect. The sequel. Nothing down here for the sequel, I'm afraid. And it's also telling me 8, no answer, and 10 are incorrect. So those ones that the computer flagged are indeed all incorrect. No points for you. Everything else is a correct answer. So we've got 2 people saying Roderick Rules. Podium 3, podium 4. That's shared 2 ways. That is going to be 6 points. Very nice. 2 people saying Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the original one. Podium 5 and podium 9. Very well played. Shared 2 ways. 6 points. And Dog Days and The Long Haul, both correct and both unique. So Benz J and Puzzle Dan, very well done. You're going to get yourselves 10 points each. Nicely done. Answers you could have had: Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules, The Last Straw, Dog Days, The Ugly Truth, Cabin Fever, The Third Wheel, Hard Luck, The Long Haul, Old School, Double Down, The Getaway, The Meltdown, Wrecking Ball, and The Deep End. Those are the ones. I didn't go through the 12 Days of Christmas ones. I figured we all knew those. Let's reset the podiums for the last question in this round. Question number 5. Fingers on buzzers. Here's your question. Name a horse that, sorry about the typo, that has won the UK Grand National between 2010 and 2019. Nine out of 12 again getting an answer in. Let's have a look and see what you said. Many Clouds, Hoof-Hearted, Rule the World, Amberley House, 1 for Arthur, My Neighbour Billy, 1 for Arthur. Telling me 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10 and 11 are wrong. So 1, Hoof-Hearted, no such luck, Clive. 3, no answer submitted. 5, Amberley House, no, I'm afraid not, Clive. Sorry, Car, afraid not Car. 7, My Neighbour, no, nothing down for that. 8, Billy, good a guess as any, but no. Podium 10, no. Podium 11, no submission. So for you guys, I'm afraid no points. 2 saying Rule the World. Dogfish and Procyon on podium 2 and podium 4. Yes, Rule the World won in 2018, I believe. Shared 2 ways, 6 points each. 1 for Arthur. 2 people saying 1 for Arthur. Podium 6, podium 9. Again, shared 2 ways. 1 for Arthur, 1 in 2019. 6 points for you. And Many Clouds. Very well done, Innes, winning in 2017. I believe. No, 2015. I've been 1 year out on all of these because it only goes up to 2019. Either way, correct answer, and it's unique. 10 points. So the answers you could have had there: Don't Push It, Baller Briggs, Neptune Colonges, Aurora's Encore, Pinot de Ray, Many Clouds, Rule the World, 1 for Arthur, and most recently, no one going for Tiger Roll, winning the Grand National in 2019. So that is the end of the question. It's also the end of the round. Let's reset the podiums and take a look at the scores. Surely not Topper One Gaming, where you belong. Glad that you still have. I hope you're having fun all the same. Innes maintains pole position with 70 points. Dogfish has moved into second, now gliding overall with 48. Clive slipped into third with 44. Procyon now up to fourth place with 36. Car's got 34. We Like Shape 32. Connor's got 30, as has Puzzle Dan. Amy and Brig both on 16. Ben's J is on 14. Topper One Gaming on 12. But still much to play for as we go on to round number 4. Round 4 is the blind auction. How many questions from 1 to 10 can you answer on given categories? When prompted, whisper your bid from 1 to 10 to the bot. You'll get 10 increasingly difficult questions which are worth 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, etc. points, going up by 2 for each one, which gives you a potential total of 100 if you get all 10 correct. Don't answer if you don't want to try the current question, because tactically you can choose to wait for more valuable questions later on. Once you have achieved your bid, you bank your points and are frozen out. It's like round 1 of the Escape Artist, okay? So once you've got your bid, you're frozen out. Failing to meet your bid loses all points from this round. So if you do not get enough points, then you are frozen out of the round. Or if you put yourself into a position where you cannot answer, there aren't enough questions left for you to answer, then you get nothing for the whole round. This round can really see some upsets happening. And beware, if you give a wrong answer, you will increase your bid by 1. So remember, too many incorrect answers may make it impossible for you to bank your points. So if you get one wrong, you increase your bid by 1. Now, this could be used tactically if you underbid or you want to try for more questions after the fact because you bid once at the start and then not again. But if you get it wrong, your bid does increase. So that can be used to artificially inflate the number of points you want to try for. But use it with caution is what I would say. If you don't bid anything, you are assigned a bid of 1. And like I say, if you don't achieve all of those questions, you freeze you get no points at all for the round. So you're going to see the categories, and then the questions will alternate between these two categories, starting at 1 point and going up by 2 for each subsequent question. Categories for round 4, bidding from 1 to 10. How many questions can you answer on first and last? First and last, very helpful. So, wow! Procyon, I think this is the first time we've ever seen this. Procyon has bid 10, must get every single question right in order to get any points at all for the round. A single mistake or a single abstention from Procyon will see them getting no points for the round. Just to point out, if you abstain, you don't have to answer. If you abstain, then it doesn't affect your pips at all because you can't get it right or wrong. So if you start on 5 and you abstain, you're still on 5 the following question. If you get it wrong, you go up to 6. You get it right, you go down to 4. Innes just bidding for the 4. Dogfish going for 6. Clive going for 6. Car's gone for 5. Procyon, as I said, has gone for 10. We Like Shapes has gone for 7. That's quite a confident bid as well. Connor just for 4. Puzzle Dan and Amy just for 3, along with Ben's J. Brig Bother and Top One Gaming both going for 4. Remember, you can artificially inflate that by getting a question wrong on purpose once they've started. If you want to increase the bids, that is a valid tactic to use in this game. Good luck to you all. Question number 1 is worth a single point. There are 10 questions remaining to bank your points. Here's question 1. Traditionally, and according to the international standard ISO 8601, what is the first day of a working week? Innes choosing to sit this particular question out. Going to wait for some more valuable points with only 4 on the 4. Only going for 4 questions. That sentence got away from me. Let's have a look at the correct answer. It's Monday. Oh, Puzzle Dan. Going for Sunday. Yeah, so originally it was just the first day of the week, and then LK pointed out to me that is vague in different cultures. Just another Manic Monday indeed, Dogfish. It is vague in different cultures, so we put in that standard ISO 8601, which does define Monday as the first day of the week. Unfortunately, Puzzle Dan, you're going to gain a pip. Everyone else, you've lost 1, and you've got 1 point. Let's reset the podiums. Question number 2. This is worth 3 points. There are 9 questions remaining. Fingers on buzzers. Here it is. On a 5-candle Advent wreath or Advent crown, what colour is the last candle to be lit? Only a handful answering this one, just 6 in total. Procyon, Puzzle Dan, Carl, Dogfish, We Like Shapes and Brig. Let's have a look at the answer. It's white. Oh, Procyon, early shower for you, I'm afraid, because you've bid so high and you've got that one wrong. It puts you up to 10 with only 8 remaining. It's white. Yes, red is not the right answer either. Purple is so an Advent crown. You've got 4 candles for the Sundays of Advent, and then the central one, which is the white candle for Christmas Day. It goes purple, purple, pink, purple, white is the order of lighting. 4 red, 1 white. No, so it's very specifically liturgically purple, not red. Purple's the colour of the dressing liturgically. Yeah, you get 2 purples, then a pink, then a purple, and then the final one is white for Christmas Day. So Advent candles, it's what the church does to celebrate Advent, Procyon, but unfortunately for you, you're going to be frozen out and not getting any points for this round. Brig, you're going to earn yourself an extra pip. 4 other players giving white, they're going to lose 1 and get some points on the board if they can bank out. Let's reset the podiums. So Procyon now stuck on 36, bids coming down. We Like Shapes and Clive got the most work to do, 5 out of the following 8 questions. Good luck. Here's question number 3. It's worth 5 points. According to the list compiled by librarians at the Chicago Public Library, a traditional gift for a first wedding anniversary should be made of what? What's David J. Bodicum said? 4 red, 1 white. There's no arguing. If it's a 5 candle one, it's definitely. I mean, the outer ones might be different, but the last one is definitely white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people attempting this question. Again, there is a citation in there just to cover backs, because in some cultures it is cotton, but that is not the answer we're after. So if you put that, I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. Let's have a look and see what you said. It's paper. Paper, certainly not wood. Almost wood. It's sort of almost wood. I mean, you do get paper from wood, Top 1 Gaming, but unfortunately that is not the correct answer. Everybody going for paper, apart from Top 1 Gaming, very well played. You're losing a pip, 1 step closer. Well, would you believe it indeed? Would you believe it, Top 1 Gaming? You're going to earn yourself an extra pip. Let's reset the podiums. Top 1 Gaming now up to 4, along with Clive a Legend and We Like Shapes. Innes, Dogfish, Carl the 7th, Connor, Brig, Puzzle Dan all on 3. Ben's is just on the 2, and Amy just 1 more. Beware, Amy, the next correct answer you give me, it will bank your points and you'll get more points added to your score, but it will mean you cannot answer any more questions in this round. Just bear that in mind. Fingers on buzzers, everybody. Here is question number 4. It's worth 7 points with 7 questions to go. Prior to 2020, in which year did Liverpool FC last win the English top flight title? Not surprised to see Carr attempting this question. We Like Shapes is giving it a go as well, as is Connor. 3 people on the middle row all attempting this football question. Let's have a look and see what the correct answer was and what you said. It was 1990, a long time ago. We Like Shapes out by 1 year. You could maybe make the argument... is that Love Actually you're watching? No. Oh, it sounded like the Love Actually theme tune. Yes, just prior to the formation of the Premier League.
You about it.
Oh, okay. I'll check it in a minute. Yeah, Connor going for 2008. Yes, they've not won it. Not run it as recently as that. It's a year after Hillsborough, according to Matt the ref here. It may have been the 89-90 league, but the actual year in which they win, which is what the question asked for, was 1990. So unfortunately, We Like Shapes, I am not going to condone that, which means you're going to gain a pip, as are you, Connor. But Carr, you've lost 1 and you've got those 7 points. Let's reset the podiums. 6 questions remaining. We like shapes. You can afford one more abstention. You cannot afford to get another question wrong. If you get another question wrong, you are frozen out of the round. Innes, Dogfish both on 3. Clive's got 4 still. Car on 2. Connor on 4. We like shapes 5. Puzzle Dan 3. Brig Bother 3. Topper 1 still got 4. Ben's still got 2. Amy still on 1. Taking your time about which question she's actually going to use it on by the looks of it. Question number 5 is worth 9 points. There are 6 left. Here it is. Released in 1995, what was the first entirely computer-animated feature-length film? Amy deciding it is not time to cut and run yet, and We Like Shapes is sitting this one out. Remember, We Like Shapes, this is the last time you can abstain. You must answer the remaining 5 questions correctly, or you will be frozen out. Procyon, I'm going to be really upset when I know the other 9 of these. Procyon, if you put an exclamation mark in front of your chat messages, it'll appear on the screen, and we can all read it in bigly. So, majority of players having a go at this one. 2 sitting out, and obviously 1 frozen out. So 9 having a go. Let's have a look. The correct answer was Toy Story. Puzzle Tango for Chicken Run. No, Chicken Run was Claymation, Aardman Studios. It was Toy Story from Pixar. Most people getting that one right, and the pips going down. Puzzle Dan, you're going to gain another pip. You're going to go up to 4. Let's reset the podiums. And Chicken Run was also 2000. That as well. Wrong type. Amy, Car and Ben Shea are now just 1 away. Any of the next 5 questions will see them good and banking their points. 11 points for this next one. Brig, Dogfish, Innes, you need any 2 of them. Clive, Connor, Topper 1, any 3 of them. Puzzle Dan, any 4 of them. We Like Shapes, you've got to get all 5. If you abstain at this point, We Like Shapes, or get it wrong, you're frozen out. Puzzle Dan, you can afford 1 abstention, but no more incorrect answers. Fingers on buzzers. Here's question number 6. It's worth 11 points. Supernatural broadcast its last episode in November 2020 after how many seasons on air? Still no one looking good to make their escapes yet. They're going to wait for a question that they feel a bit more confident on. We Like Shapes is not confident on this one, but Brig, We Like Shapes, Clive Legend and Dogfish have all had a go. Let's have a look and see what the answer was and what they said. It's 15. Brig going for 8. We Like Shapes going for 11, which means We Like Shapes, you are going to be frozen out after this question. There are not enough questions left for you to get all your pips. Brig, you're going to earn 1 more. It's going to take you up to 3. It's going to put you into a spot of bother. You're not out yet, but there is going to be a lot of work to do. Dogfish now down to 1 and Clive now down to 2. The correct answer was 15. Let's reset the podiums. Last 4 questions. Up to question 7, there are 13 points for this one. Procyon and We Like Shapes now frozen out with their scores from the end of the previous round. Dogfish, Car, Amy, Ben's J, any of the next 4 will be good. Innes and Clive, any 2 of them. Connor and Brig and Topper 1, any 3. Puzzle Dan, you've got to get all 4. If you need 3, you can't afford a wrong answer. You can afford 1 abstention. Puzzle Dan, you've got to attempt this question and get it right. Fingers on buzzers. Question 7 is worth 13 points. Here it is. John Christian Watson was the first Labour Prime Minister of which Commonwealth country? Five people attempting this one. Again, nobody looking to make their escape. They want to maximise their possible points. Innes, Clive, Brig, Puzzle Dan and Topper 1 all having a go at this one. Let's have a look at the answer was and what they said. It's A, Australia. Just 1 second. What's happening in the next room?
He's not doing as he's told.
He's not doing as he's told. He's 11. Dylan, do you really want me to have to come off the stream and make an example of you in front of the 54 people who are currently watching?
I doubt it.
Would you enjoy that?
I doubt it.
I don't think you would. Please do as you're told. Innes going for New Zealand. That is an incorrect answer, which means you're going to earn another pip, taking you up to 3. Clive, Brig, Topper 1 and Puzzle Dan all giving the correct answer of Australia. Clive is now down to that single pip. Let's reset the podiums. Dogfish, Clive, Car, Amy and Ben's... Okay, this sounds like something I might have to go and intervene in.
It's okay.
Are you sure it's okay? He shouldn't really be up. It's 20 to 11, Dylan. You really should be in bed.
You really should. Go on, go to bed.
Sorry, pre-teenage stepson. I've now lost where I was. Google that. What round are we on? Round 4. Sorry, this starts happening sometimes. Where were we? We're on to question 8. There are 3 questions remaining. Only 2 people are frozen out so far. Clive, Dogfish, Car, Amy, Benz, J. Any of the next 3 will see you good. Brig, Topper 1, you need 2 of them. Connor, Inisk and Puzzle Dan, you need all 3. If you need 2, you can't afford a wrong answer, but you can afford an abstention. Let's switch to just chastising tag on. Possibly 8, Minky. Good luck to you all. Nobody has banked out their points yet. Let's have a look, see what question 8 brings. It's worth 15 points. Here it is. Released posthumously in 1961, what was the last movie to star Clark Gable, a film he finished mere days before dying of a heart attack in 1960? Puzzle Dan's in, Car's in, Dogfish is in. Connor is in as well, which means Inisk, you are going to be frozen out. You cannot. There are not enough questions left for you to bank out the round. Puzzle Dan owning up to a guess here. 4 people attempting it. Let's have a look and see what the correct answer was and what you said. It was The Misfits. Very, very well done to Dogfish and Car, who escaped with 44 and 35 points respectively. Car going on to the glorious score of 69. Very well done to you two. You have banked your points. Very well played. Well, Rip Me to Connor and Superman Returns are incorrect answers. Clark Gable, possibly will have the confusion there with Puzzle Dan. Connor and Puzzle Dan, I am afraid you are going to be frozen out. There are not enough questions left for you to bank your points. Let's reset the podiums. Dogfish and Car becoming the first 2 players to bank their points. There are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players who have not banked their points with 2 questions remaining. Topper 1 and Brig, you need both of them. Clive, Benz and Amy, you need either of them. Nobody can afford a wrong answer. Clive, Benz and Amy, you can afford 1 abstention. Good luck. Question number 9 is worth 17 points. There are 2 questions left. Here it is. British explorer David Livingstone was the first European to see and name which famous falls? Clive's in. Topper 1 and Ben's J are in. Brig is in. Amy's in. Ben's, Clive and Amy looking to bank on the penultimate question. Topper and Brig have given it a go. Let's have a look what the correct answer is and what you said. It's Victoria Falls. Right, I need to condone some answers here. Sorry, guys, I do need to just stop temporarily. I'm going to have to go and intervene here. Stay there, I'll be right back. Apologies. Apologies for that. There are ructions happening in the Flush household. I have got to come and condone some answers here because Victoria is the correct answer. It's not Niagara. I'm not going to condone Niagara, but Victoria I am going to condone. We're up to round 4. I'm sorry, I'm losing my flow a little bit here. Sort of life and stuff is going on behind me a little bit. It's one of those things, pre-teenage children. So, Amy, Victoria, I am going to condone that. I think it's just the green tick button. There you go. You're banking some points there. 23 of them. Very well done, Amy. And Topper 1 Gaming as well. Saying Victoria, I am also going to condone that. No banking, though, because you've still got another question to go. Clive also banking points, 56, taking into a nice round 100 points. Unfortunately, Brig and Ben's J, it is now mathematically impossible for you to escape with only 1 question left. So I'm afraid you're frozen out with no points. Let's reset the podiums. Just Topper 1 Gaming, all eyes on you. This question is just for you on your very own. 19 points added to your subtotal if you can get it right. But you must get it right or you get nothing for the round. Good luck. Here it is. Who was the last person to win UK Celebrity Big Brother in 2018? Magic, ouch. They do get harder as they go on. You're having a punt? Topper 1 Gaming is having a punt. Is it a punt or does he know? Let's have a look. The correct answer is Ryan Thomas. Jim Davidson, good a guess as any, but you're quite right. You did predict that. Not the right answer. Ryan Thomas was the answer. So I'm afraid, Topper 1, you're not going to get any points for this round. Only 4 out of 12 people banking here. It is a tricky round to pitch first and last. A good, varied, balanced set of questions there from Aspie, but only 4 people getting points. Let's have a look and see what that has done to the scores. So, Clive gets up to a nice round 100 and is now in pole position. Dogfish guiding overall with 92. Innisk slips to third with 70. Carr just a point behind on 69. Amy's up to 39 points. Procyonics on 36. We Like Shapes 32. Connor and Puzzle Dan on 30. Briggs on 16. Ben's J is on 14. Topper 1 is on 12. There's one more round though, and this is the big one that can make all the difference. Let's go there now. It is the big finish. A category for the big finish question will be given. For example, art. When prompted, whisper a bid to Persephone's Twitch spot. Any amount of points from 10 up to your current score. If you have fewer than 10, you won't be able to bid, and you will automatically be assigned. I can't remember if you automatically get assigned 10 or if you automatically get assigned your high score. We'll find out in a minute, possibly. When the question appears, you whisper your answer to the bot. You get it right, you win those points. You get it wrong, you lose those points. There's a maximum of 250. In this instance today, there's a maximum of 100 for a total score of 200. Theoretical maximum you can get in Google that is 500 points. Everyone has got more than 10, so you can bid whatever you like, but bear in mind you don't have to bid high. But you've got to think, what are your opponents going to do? I'll let you have a little think about this. There are no larger consequences to think about. It's not a running league or a running tournament. But have a look at your scores. How many points do you want to wager? Because remember, theoretically, Topper 1 Gaming could still win this. If he bids all 12 points and gets it right and everyone else gets it wrong, Topper 1 wins on 24. The lowest scoring winner ever on Google that was, I think it was Paulister, and they finished Google that on 2. Paulister, the lowest ever score to win Google that with 2. It can be done. We have seen it done. Yeah. And it was enough to get Paulister a prize for winning an episode in the last season we ran. Won an episode, didn't get to the final, but as a winner of an episode who didn't get to the final, got a small consolation prize. So no prizes for this game, prizes for the first game. But big finish category. Hopefully you've had a time to think about how many points you want to bid. You could bid them all and do all or nothing. Those players up at the top, you might want to think a little bit of strategy here. Players at the bottom, you might want to probably bid close to all your points. But it depends what you make of the category. You'll have 15 seconds to make up your mind, bidding from 10 up to your current score on the big finish category, which this week is Mental Mathletics. I wonder what Procyon's done. Everyone has got a bid in. Should have said if you don't bid, you get a default bid of 10. So everyone's got a bid in. We don't know what they are, and I did exactly what you think I'd bid. That doesn't surprise me in the least, Procyon. I imagine Procyon has probably wagered all of their points, but we will find out in just a minute. All your bids are hidden for now, and we will reveal them at the end, going in reverse order, start with Top 1 Gaming. So, first of all, the big finish question. Good luck with this. The category is Mental Mathletics. Hopefully, that will be a bit of a clue as to what's coming up and you've bid accordingly. 15 seconds. Mental arithmetic will be involved here, but the answer, I can say, if I open up the right class, just to give you a heads up for this, the answer is numerical. It is a number. I condone all these manually anyway, but just to save yourself typing, the answer is a number. All right? As you may imagine from the category title, Mental Mathletics. Good luck. The big finish question is: what is the product of the number of players who take the field per side in a game of American football and a game of Gaelic football? Looked like Carr, Puzzle Dan and We Like Shapes did not get an answer in there. That question has been slightly changed from the original on the advice of Liquid Courage, who said the number of players, originally it was number of players on a team, which could have been interpreted to be ambiguous. So it's a longer question to pass, but it is more specific. David J. Bodicum is getting 17 times 11 for 187. Aspie is putting him in his place immediately. Well, let's first of all find out what the correct answer is. It's 165 is the answer, which is, I believe, 11 times 15. 11 on American football, 15 on Gaelic football, I think. 165. 15 Gaelic football, 11 American football. Prepare the nices, says Procyon. Well, let's find out. We're going to go in reverse order. Start with Topper 1 Gaming. Topper, currently on 12. Went for 120 is not the right answer. It was 165. Topper 1, you're going to lose. Or 12 points. You're going with what you came with, but hopefully you've had a nice time. Ben's J, currently on 14. Went for 88. Also not the right answer. You're going to lose how many points? 11. Finishing with 3. Player with the most points who's banked out so far. Let's go to Brig Bother, currently on 16. Brig, what did you say? 105 out by 60. A good guess, but not the right answer. You're going to lose 16 points, going with what you came with. Hopefully you've had a nice day. Puzzle Dan, currently on 30. Currently looking like a good score considering what's come before it. Puzzle Dan on 30. What did you say? Didn't get an answer in, and I'm afraid you are going to lose 15 points. Puzzle Dan currently in the lead. On to Connor next, currently on 30 points. What did you say, Connor? 55 out by 110. Not the right answer, I'm afraid. You're going to lose 30 points, going with what you came with. So Puzzle Dan in the lead after the front row. You were thinking 5-a-side, fair enough. On we go to We Like Shapes, currently on 32. We Like Shapes, did you get an answer in? You didn't, which means you are going to lose 30 points, finishing on 2. On we come to Procyonics. Procyon, currently on 36. What did you say? You did say 165. How many points did you wager? I don't think there's going to be many surprises here. Procyon wagered 33. 33 points. Because of course you did. Taking you up to 69. Currently tied with Car, though of course Car. Oh, that explains the nices that I see, of course. Tying with Car the 7th, the Car has still got to declare his big finish. Let's go to Amy next. Amy currently on 39. Went for 77, not the right answer. Amy, you're going to lose 32, finishing on 7. On we go then. Car the 7th, currently on 69, the same as Procyon, but is going to increase or lose at least 10 points one way or the other. Car on 69, what did you say? Didn't get an answer in. Car, bad luck. I'm afraid you're going to lose 50 points, dropping you back down to 19. Procyon, the only player to bank out a correct answer so far, is currently in the lead of the banked players. Oh, you said 304, but it didn't matter. Bad luck on that. Top 3 then. Inisk, currently on 70, leading for a lot of the game. What did you say? 135 out by 30. Bad luck there, Innis. How many points did you wager, though? Is it going to be a massive, massive impact to your score, or just a little bit of damage? What did you say? You wagered 45 points, taking you back down to 25. Currently in second place, but Procyon in the lead with 69. Let's go on to Dogfish, currently on 92. Gliding overall, what did you say, Dogfish? 121, not the right answer. So you're going to lose some points, but did you err on the side of caution, or did you wager the lot? Dogfish, how many points are you going to lose? 49, taking you down to 43. If you just bid the lowest there, you would have overtaken Procyon, but as it happens, you have gone the other way. So it all comes down to Clive of Legend. If Clive gave the right answer, Clive has won irrespective of the bid. If he gave the wrong answer, he could still win depending how many points he's wagered. He's in the lead with 100. Procyon, the only player to get the big finish question right, is on 69. Clive, what did you say? I can't even read that. Cannot see BC. Now, suppose that BB can see that BC has begun to behave like a B who can see a rival BD where no B should be. Now, BB can see BBA. Can't see BC. Okay, says BB. Then it's all up to me to be kind to be all. To be A, I'll, and then the text message sort of gives up. Suffice to say, Clive Legend, that is not the right answer. But how many points did you wager? Did you wager so many? I can't see what you're saying either. Oh, it's a B-movie review. That could be what it is. Did you wager too many points to drop you down below Procyon, or have you retained your lead? Clive wagered. Let's have a look. Just the 10. He went for the minimum bid, playing it safe, which was, as it turns out, the correct thing to do, not knowing the answer, and Clive losing 10 points at the end there, but maintaining the lead, which means after the first game of Google that for certainly a couple of months, it's been enormous good fun. But the winner of the game, very many congratulations must go to Clive of Legend. Sorry, Clivy of Legend. Yes, well done, Clivy. Well done, Clivy. 90 points, finishing in pole position. Procyonics, a valiant attempt coming back at the end there, finishing in gliding overall on 69. Dogfish on 43. Innis 25, leading for much of the game, but just slipping up at the end there. Car on 19, Puzzle down 15, Amy 7, Ben Shea 3, We Like Shapes 2, and Connor, Brigg, and Topper 1 going with what they came with. But at least no one owes me points this week, which is nice. And hopefully you all had fun. Just to reiterate what I said earlier on, a huge thank you to Aspia Dog for writing that question pack. I think you'll agree it was a really good balanced question pack, mixture of difficulties, and it's provided us with a lot of entertainment. So Aspie, thank you very much for your contributions there, and of course to LK for proofing it and making sure everything was above board and making a few tweaks to it as well. Right, well that's it. That's it for the 4th day of Quizmas. I hope you've all had fun. It has been a pleasure to be here. Many congratulations to Mogra for winning at Danger Zone 2 earlier on. And do please get in touch with me on the Discord, Mogra, if you would like your... even if you don't want your prize, get in touch with me anyway and let me know what you'd like me to do with it. And I'll send you a £15 prize for that. Congratulations to Clive on winning. Google that. Don't forget, you can always come and join the Discord. Come and hang out with us. It'd be lovely to see you there. We're all very chill. The 12 days of Quizmas will continue on Tuesday with the 5th day of Quizmas. You'll have to tune in to find out exactly what's going to be happening. And then continuing further with Ash's channel on Wednesday for the 6th day. You've got Golden Mine with Catnip next Friday, again on Ash's channel. And then I'm back next Saturday with the 7th day of Quizmas. It makes it so much easier doing continuity announcements because it's just Quizmas and the odd thing. Of course, Quetz is still on the go as well if you fancy some Chase VGM across the way. Thank you so much to everybody for sticking with me for the entire night. I've still got 56 at the end, which is just beautiful of you. Thank you all so much for taking part. I hope you had fun. Been lovely talking to you all. I have been Royal Flush. Congratulations to Mogra for winning the 4th day of Quizmas game. Congratulations to Clive for winning Google that just now. Thank you to Aspie. Thank you to LK. Thank you to all the team helping out in the chat. And thank you, most of all, for watching at home. I hope you had a good night. You've been playing Google that and Danger Zone 2. I have been Royal Flush. Until next time, stay safe. Be splendid to each other. Peace out. Take care. And good night.